Yeah. Swooping in just like a hawk, translating on a pick in the park. Yeah, swooping in just like a hawk, translating on a peak in the park. And one baby that's far from a flop. Stay from Marina, we blow up the top. DeAndre 12, he just like a cop. Lockdown D, get it still in the block. V got that vision, he passing the rock. Trade up from 30 with 12 on the clock. I hope your best player got really good handles, why? Cause he might get swiped by Daniel's eye. Told him don't leave, both get open and wide. Cause he jump away like an ocean, yeah. Chillin' on the fat break, scaring down. But you can't leave open garrison. Just like a hawk, translating on a peak in the park. And one baby that's far from a flop. Stay from Marina, we blow up the top. DeAndre 12, he just like a cop. Lockdown D, get it still in the block. Swooping in just like a hawk, translating on a peak in the park. Swooping in just like a hawk, translating on a peak in the park. Yeah. Swooping in just like a hawk, translating on a pick in the park. Yeah, swooping in just like a hawk, translating on a peak in the park. And one baby that's far from a flop. Stay from Marina, we blow up the top. DeAndre 12, he just like a cop. Lockdown D, get it still in the block. V got that vision, he passing the rock. Trade up from 30 with 12 on the clock. I hope your best player got really good handles, why? Cause he might get swiped by Daniel's eye. Told him don't leave, both get open and wide. Cause he jump away like an ocean, yeah. Chillin' on the fat break, scaring down. But you can't leave open garrison. Just like a hawk, translating on a peak in the park. And one baby that's far from a flop. Stay from Marina, we blow up the top. DeAndre 12, he just like a cop. Lockdown D, get it still in the block. Swooping in just like a hawk, translating on a peak in the park. Swooping in just like a hawk, translating on a peak in the park.
Salute, 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 salute. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear your dog in the building, man? Listen, it's your boy Demai here, man. We Talk Hawks TV. We Talk Hawks Daily. Another episode of All Things Hawks. I'm not going to take up too much of your time tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take up too much of your time tonight because I got an appointment with the garage. Okay. Just wanted to come in and rap about a couple things that I read today. You feel me? First, I mean, it's not major news. You feel me? It's not major news. If you follow the Hawks, you already tuned in. You was already tapped in to the Hawks interested in Kevin Durant. Okay. Like, listen, let's look at it, man. Let's look at it. First of all, here's my issue with this. Here's my issue. Okay. By not having a president of basketball operations, right? This makes me wonder, okay, who is making the G calls around here? Because if y'all remember at the break, at the trade deadline, so this is with Landry Fields still supposedly running the show. The Hawks reached out to Phoenix about Kevin Durant. And I remember in the article it said they was interested in Kevin Durant and they was looking to see if they could make a deal in this offseason. Well, this offseason is now here. Okay. This is what's I want to see when I read this right here, right? This what trips me out. Okay. The Atlanta Hawks ownership has reportedly discussed the possibility of trading for Kevin Durant. The Atlanta Hawks ownership. Not where's the basketball executives at? They didn't say the Atlanta Hawks front office. They didn't say Onsi Sala. They didn't say nobody in the front office. It says the Atlanta Hawks ownership. Now, we've seen what happens when the Atlanta Hawks ownership gets involved in deal making. It never turns out good. We never win the deal. Okay? We never win the deal. Where are the basketball guys at on this right here? Where are my basketball executives, right? Where they at? The owner should not be, the only thing the owner should be doing is either saying yay or nay, depending on what you got to go give up to get a Kevin Durant. Okay? And then here's another thing. Kevin Durant is on an expiring contract. He on an expiring contract. So what are you really willing to give up to get like a rental of a 37-year-old superstar? I say again, what are you willing to give up for a 37-year-old superstar? Do I like this move? Me personally, nah. I'm not liking it. I don't think that the Atlanta Hawks should be a destination for old players. I understand KD put up great numbers last year, but let's be real, he's 37. Now, if we was making this deal 5 years ago, 7 years ago, who's making this deal when he went to Brooklyn, then that's a whole different topic, right? That's a whole different topic. But what we would have to give up to go get Kevin Durant, and I mean, talking about just making the money work, 1. 2, I don't think we could beat a lot of teams' offers for Kevin Durant. You definitely can't beat Houston. Probably can't beat the Nets, right? Because like I said, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I think y'all heard me say, run it back. Listen, I'm not trading Zachary Ricochet. I'm not trading Dyson Daniels. At this moment, I'm not trading Jalen Johnson for a 37-year-old rental, because that's what you're getting. You're getting a rental. He's an expiring contract. So, I mean, like, and that's what I'm saying, Dap. Like, I don't want this to be the spot where old ass, because every time we get a player that got some type of stature, right, they're old as hell, or they injured. You feel me? Vince Carter was over the hill when he got here. Dwight Howard over the hill when he got here. I don't like it when the Atlanta Hawks are going after old ass players. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Tracy McGrady, that's right, Jay. McGrady, old as hell, on the downside of his career. Moses Malone, like Craig said, on the downside of his career. If you're gonna make a move for a superstar, and for the capital that you're gonna have to give up to get said superstar, why not go after one in their prime? Why go after an old agent Kevin Durant? Why? Because I mean, who would you have to give up just to make the money work? Like, listen. Hey, you right there, Marquise. We have a Hall of Fame of has-beens. And I think we need you know what's so crazy though? I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about that, guys. We haven't had like a real like superstar in so long that like even something like Kevin Durant pop up and Hawks fans, we get excited. We be like, KD want to come here. KD 37 years old. Listen, I saw a post say they would take less, but you still got to make the money work though. Unless they don't mind getting a trade exception. But I mean, listen. I mean, what would even a trade package for Kevin Durant look like from the Hawks? And I already told y'all, I'm not giving up Jalen Johnson. I'm not trading Dyson Daniels. I'm not trading Zachary Richardson. And I'm not trading Trae Young. Everybody else is on the table. But I mean, outside of those guys, I don't think there's nobody else on the team that anybody really wants. Let's keep it a buck here. Right? I mean, does it make sense? Why would you trade Dyson Daniels now? Why would you trade Dyson Daniels? Why would you trade Zachary Richardson? Why would you trade hey, don't forget, Jay, throw Kobe Buffkin in there. Put Buffkin in there too, man. But I mean, like, nah. I told y'all guys, when I'm just being a realist, we probably just need to stick with what we got going on now. You might as well stick to what we have going on right now, guys. Okay, you got some young talent. Okay. I think with the talent that we have, depending on what we do in free agency, I see us being a playoff team next year, top 6 at least. And I think you can get that. I think you can get that. I think you can get a top 6 seed, almost close to a 50-win season next year with the core players that we have now. I mean, I don't think a lot of people would disagree. If you really believe in what you saw at the beginning of the season last year. If you really believe in that 21-19 team when Jalen Johnson go down, then I mean, just with a couple moves, and I mean, I think we will be matter of fact, you could put me on record right now. Minus injuries, I think we're a 6 seed team minus injuries. Okay. I agree, Q. We are a small team, but we should be addressing that in the draft. We should be addressing that in free agency, right? This is what I suggest. Okay. And it ain't gotta be nothing major, man. I would like for the Hawks to go after. I'm finna address this backup point guard position real quick. You need to kick the tires on Chris Paul. Kick the tires on Chris Paul. He ain't no minutes for him in San Antonio right now, right? Kick the tires on Chris Paul. Come here, be the backup point guard. You get 20 minutes a night as a backup point guard for the Hawks. I think that'd be a major move for us, you know? And I'm going to say this, besides the San Antonio move, everywhere Chris Paul has went, that team has improved in wins. Clippers, OKC. Remember when he got traded to OKC? And everybody thought he was going out of OKC, but he stayed and played. And them boys was winning games. Him and Dennis Schroeder. I mean, I think you get CP3 here as a backup point guard to Trae Young. Hey, that offense going to keep clicking. When Trae out the game, offense going to keep clicking. It might run a little bit more efficient with Chris Paul while you're playing, because he wouldn't take the risk with passes that Trae take. So I could see us having as a team lower turnovers, especially from the point guard position. Yeah, but Keaton Wallace is not a Chris Paul, and we've seen the team with Keaton Wallace. Keaton Wallace, in my opinion, is like, your basic point guard. CP3 old as hell, but you can get CP3 for cheap. You don't got to give up no assets to get CP3. And you only need him, what, 15 minutes a night, 20 minutes a night? You got CP3, a true veteran in there. A true veteran. CP3 come out here, give me 15, 20 minutes a night for the dirt. You don't got to give up no assets. He a free agent, if I'm not mistaken. You feel me? So CP3, he can ring chase all he want, but does he want to ride the bench chasing that ring? Because all the contenders, that's what he's going to do in those contender teams. He's going to ride the bench. So, I mean, I think they need to kick the tires on CP3, come here, be the backup. I think what I would do, this is me. I would draft a big, okay? And I would shop double O and see what type of wing I could get for double O at 16 million. What type of wing you think you can get your backup? You can get your backup power forward, right? Or backup, matter of fact, backup small forward, I should say. Because you got Mo G to be the backup 5, right? Or backup 4. Go address, see what you can get for double O, and see if you could upgrade that small forward position. Right? Or you can look and find or you can just draft one. Me personally, I'm addressing the big. That's me personally. Because the team is, I mean, we're a small team. We are a very small team. And when you look at Quinn Snyder's track record, when you look at Trae Young's track record, they've won games, right? They've won games with a legit defensive rim protector behind them. It's a fact. Quinn Snyder went on his run with who? When he had Gobert. Trae made his run when? We won the most games when you had an athletic Clint Capella at 6'10", 6'11", rim protected. What don't we have right now? Rim protection from the 5 position. A lot of the rim protection that you see for the Hawks last year was coming from help. Just get you a real solid big, like a Yang. I'm not sold on Maxine as a rim protector, right? Not saying he can't do it. Maybe I need to go look at more film. Or you can address the big in free agency. You can see you got the Celtics about to try to dump people. You can see what's the white boy named Cornette. See what Cornette hitting for as a backup big. But the wing position, a small forward, me personally, I'd rather address the backup small forward in free agency. That's what I'd rather do. Because I don't want to draft a wing. And what does that mean when you draft a wing? Now you got to wait for said player to develop. Now we got to wait for this guy to do whatever he's supposed to do when you drafted him. Just go get it in free agency. Go get an NBA proven backup. Why mess around with a guy? I mean, I see they was bringing up Carter Bryant. Why mess around with a guy who he don't even start on his own college team? And you expect him to come in and give you a good 15, 20 minutes? Impactful? I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Quinn will play him, to be honest with you. I don't think he'll play him. Go get an NBA proven wing in free agency. See what's out there. Like I said, you only looking for a backup. You're only looking for a backup, so it ain't like you looking for some type of all NBA player. So, I mean, as much as I would love to have KD here, Like I said, the only player that I would even entertain about trading some of our guys is Giannis. That's it. And that's because Giannis is 30. If Giannis was 35, I wouldn't entertain that neither. But Giannis looks like the type of guy who takes care of his body. I mean, his injury history is not bad. But outside of that, nah, y'all can count me out. I'm out on getting Kevin Durant. I'm out on getting Kevin Durant. Did y'all hear today that Tibbs got fired today, man? That's crazy. That's crazy that Tibbs got fired today, man. Like, I just don't understand. Let's check out Tom and see what. I just don't understand how you got a team to the conference finals, okay? A team who hasn't been to the conference finals in Lord knows how long, since what, like 94? And they fired him after. That's crazy. That's crazy. Man, I'm going to tell you like this, man. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. Okay? I'm going to tell you like this. Sometimes that grass you see, sometimes it's weeds. Okay? So, like, for a team like the Knicks, who hasn't won 50, who hadn't had back-to-back 50-win seasons in forever, who hadn't made the playoffs, the last 3 years in a row in forever, and they fired him, it's crazy work. Shout out to homeboy Cujo, man, with the $5 super chat, man. Playoff coaches getting fired this season, but Quinn. That's because Quinn don't have a championship. Mike Malone got fired. He got a championship. Tibbs got fired. He got a championship as an assistant with the Celtics. But I could tell you right now, man, listen. Quinn Snyder, I'm going to say this, man. I'm going to say this. In my opinion, and it's just my opinion, I know people don't agree with me, but I will say this. In my opinion, Quinn Snyder, this be his last year. If Quinn Snyder can't get me to the playoffs, like I will have to set. We got to set some markers here. I need a top 6 finish. I ain't even asking for 50 wins. Give me a top 6 finish, okay, and a playoff berth. Like, you going on, you've been here 2.5 years, and this team has missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. So, I mean, I just don't understand how people just, and I know what people are going to say. They're going to say, well, Damon, look at the roster. But I'm going to tell y'all this, man. I'm going to tell you this. If you if you say Quinn Snyder hasn't had his roster or whatever he's supposed to have to win, then you need to get that same excuse. You need to give that to Trae Young. Because I don't understand how people will sit up here and say Trae Young should be doing this, we should be winning that. Then when I bring up the coach, they want to tell me, hey man, he ain't got his guys, man. I'm like, the dude been here 2.5 years, man. He supposedly has a say in personnel. Hey man, he ain't got his people. When he gonna get his people? How long we gonna get this guy? I was told today that, teams pay $8 million for coaches so they can develop players. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But for them to fire Tibbs, sheesh. It's crazy out there. Quinn got some serious, he got some real job security. I tell you that right now. He got some real job security. So, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. No, we didn't pay Laura Pierce no $8 million, Jay. I don't know where you got that from. No, we didn't pay him no $8 million, bro. Okay, that's not true. He get kids to support. Hold up, man. Let me get the shout outs going. I forgot I was supposed to get back to doing the shout outs. Let me know who rocking with me tonight, man. This gonna be a short stream, man, because your boy, I'm going to the garage, man. Unless y'all want me to stream from the garage. I think I ain't did a garage stream in a long time, bro. In a long time. I ain't done a garage stream. Let me see, man. Who we got in the building, man? Let me start. I'm gonna just start right here, man. Let me know if I miss you. Salute Simply in the building. My boy Antonio Starks in the building. My nigga Craig. And I'm trying not to say that word no more. I'm trying not to say that. My guy Craig in the building as usual. Quantum One in the building. Salute Austin in the building. Jada Hawks fan in the building. Hellcat Snoopy in the building. That's a dope name. I like that. Hellcat Snoopy. You must got that Hellcat. This old fake ass chef Cujo in the building. Flyers in the building. Who else I got in here, man? I'm just scrolling down, man, because I forgot to do it at the beginning. Sports and Society, my guy, in the building as usual. Omar in the building as usual. Damn YouTube Sports Talk in the building as usual. Who else we got in here? Michael in the building. Demetrius in the building. Dirty Bird in the building. Let me see who else I missed real quick before I get back to running my mouth. Baby Keto in the building. Certified in the building. Johnny Hawkins in the building. Who else we got up in here? Did I miss TJ in the building? What's good, TJ? When you coming out Texas again? My guy Dap Love in the building. Garage Gang, salute. Did I miss anybody? I'm scrolling up. Nope, like I got everybody. ADZL in the building. Marquise in the building. Ariel in the building. Robert Blackman in the building. Salute to everybody who tapped in with your boy. You see what I'm saying? Let's get back to it, man. Let's get garage. Hey, don't make me go back to that garage, man. Don't make me. Y'all don't want me to do no more show from the garage, bro. I'll be lit. You feel me? Doug in the building. What's good, Doug? Where you been at, my G? Oh my God, Doug, where you been at? Sports Guru in the building. Dirty Bird in the building. All righty. So, fake ass shit is crazy. Hey, salute that boy Cujo, man. Cujo be driving 6 hours of Hawk games to watch us get blown out, man. Salute to my guy Cujo, man. You feel me? But yeah, Austin, hey, he must got some real he got some real job security, man. Cause listen, bro, we get worse every year, dog. Like I never seen it. Right? Under 500. They keep saying it's the roster. And I'm like, well, I mean, no bullshit. You should have kept first, let me tell you something, man. They should have just kept Landry. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They should have just kept Landry Fields, dog. They should have just kept Landry Fields. Cause I mean, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You know what I think sometimes? Let me know if I'm crazy. Let me know if I'm crazy. You know what I be thinking sometimes? Sometimes I be thinking like the Hawks leak information like that. Hey, leak say we going for KD. Leak saying we gonna do this. Just so when nothing happens, they could be like, well, guys, we tried. We tried to go get this guy, but it didn't work. We tried to go, like, bro, you know what? Let me tell you what's crazy. I really can't. It's hard for me to believe. Okay. And let me know if I'm crazy. It's hard for me to believe that we missed out on Pascal Siakam because of Kobe Buffkin. It's hard for me to like comprehend that. If that's true. It's hard for me to comprehend, like, we really missed out on Pascal Siakam because somebody in the organization like Kobe Buffkin. That is crazy to me, man. Bro, that is like crazy. Like, it's hard for me to I can't. every time I think about it, it's like, bro, that cannot be the reason you didn't trade for Pascal Siakam. It really can. That cannot be the reason, man. For real. I could even understood if, you know what, man? I could even understood if Kobe Buffkin was actually playing and was on something, right? Like if he was playing and he was giving us good minutes and doing all this, but like to not trade a dude who hasn't even played 30 NBA games or maybe 40 NBA games for a champion, for a all NBA player, for a guy that you need is crazy to me, man. Bro, that is crazy. It's hard for me. I cannot believe that, man. I cannot fathom that. What up, Juan? I'm about to drop the link now, man, because like I said, I'm not gonna be up here too long tonight, man. But I need to come tap in with my Hawks family, man. I want to tap in with my Hawks family. And you know, I gotta be 2025, I gotta be more consistent. Here go the link, gang. Come tap in with your boy, man. All things Hawks. We talking all things Hawks, man. It don't matter. Come rap. Come talk about what you want to rap about. You feel me? Hey, that's what my boy said, Dap. My boy say, the day we drafted him, that's what he said. He texted me. He said, I wonder if I still got that text. He texted me. He said, y'all drafted Wanda Sykes. I was like, you was a fool, bro. I said, you crazy. But I mean, he did have that perm, man. So, but it is crazy, man. It's crazy. We got the homeboy Jay in the building, man. What up, Jay?
What it do, baby? What it do?
Nothing. Same old, man.
Same shit, different day. Just talking Hawks. Keep the pain away.
Bars.
You know what I'm saying?
Bars. Hey, he still got the perm on 2K. That's crazy. Kobe Buffkin on 2K. He got that perm.
Man, I ain't gonna hold you. Siakam would look great in the Hawks jersey. But at the same time, I understand the right. I think it was more about the Hawks were looking at it, and they at the time they were thinking, okay, well we're not gonna have a lot of draft picks. We asset light, so the young players on controllable salaries is gonna matter. And Pascal, man, he didn't really want to resign anyway. So it's like you gonna give up a young player for the hopes that you get him on a rental. So it's like I don't know. The unfortunate part about Kobe.
That's the same thing they said about Indiana. He ain't gonna resign.
No. But see, when he went to Indy, it was never out there. He wasn't out there telling his agent and openly putting it out in the media in Indy that
he did. Yes, he did.
I ain't see that.
At the very first one said he is not re-signing with any team. He's excited to be able to explore free agency. Yeah, that came out. Yeah,
and they got him in Indy with Tyrese, and they went to the conference finals, and he liked being around Tyrese. Look, maybe we could have got him. Well, I don't know. I do remember
he liked winning. He liked winning.
You had the whole screen talking about if Pascal don't want to be here, I don't want him.
Yeah, that was down the line after when it came out. When he came out and said that he was not going to re-sign. That's when I was like, you know what? If he don't want to come here, it is what it is. But here's the thing. Once again, as a fan, you know, I'm limited to the information that I have.
Oh right? Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, who knows what was the actual truth being said between his camp, between the Hawks, and between these other teams. What I really believe is, I'll tell you what I believe. And it might be true, but I can't believe Kobe Buffkin is the reason we didn't get him. I believe that the Hawks, and it kind of playing what you said earlier, I believe the Hawks did not want to give him max money like the Pacers did.
I don't even think it was that. I just think that, like, from the Hawks position again, Kobe. If we would have moved for Siakam, right, Kobe and last year's pick wouldn't have been 1 overall, but in the down draft, Like that would have been the only young player that we would have probably bought in for the next 4 seasons. I mean, you can't. There's no crystal ball to know you're gonna get the number one pick. There's no crystal ball to know you're gonna get 2 picks this year. I mean, it's just. I don't think it was. I think the Kobe Buffkin thing was more. We're already giving up other guys in the deal, and this is the center. Like you're asking us for more for another young player, and we don't even know if he's gonna resign here. Like the dudes they was talking about throwing in there were expiring contracts, and I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them was like expiring contracts anyway.
Well, I
So
mean,
now
but you
it's
going
like,
but one day, listen, one day you got to take a risk, right?
yeah, for sure.
Um, when you get players like Siakam that's available, who we can all agree would have slid in and been our starting small forward,
At the time, yeah, for sure. At
from
the
day
time,
one.
two,
Like
three,
that's a risk. I
three,
think
four.
that's a you give up. I can't remember what the package was, but Kobe Buffkin or Conwu, whatever the other stuff was,
I mean, that's a lot to give
and
up to mine. Once you just with that, I mean, I don't know. The one dude I thought
I
it
don't think
wasn't
that's a
even.
lot. I don't think that's a lot to give up for
I
a all NBA player, a champion, a multi-time All Star, and a player, Jay, that you actually need.
Yeah,
His
but the
skill
dude
set is actually needed right now for us. Right now, we need that skill set. Why?
we
I
need it,
mean,
but we kind of have it. The one guy I think we should have went on. We should have took more serious. It's not even Pascal. The one dude I feel like we really should have taken more serious. Or again, I think too it has something to do with like the how they viewed the pick. I do wish we would have went harder for Brandon Ingram and just. But at the end of the day, we don't really know. I know they gave up the first round pick, but if the Hawks were the only thing that we had guaranteed to us is the Lakers pick, and they traded us that, so it's kind of like it takes two to make the deal happen. If they don't
well,
want
I'm
to
saying at
take
the
that pick
time
back,
though, at the time, I think we was better suited to get Pascal than we was to get Brandon Ingram at the time.
yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
Now
think Pascal
BI fits
Siakam.
the same kind of need for us.
I think Siakam. I think Siakam is a better player than Ingram.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
I
But
have to tip it in his. He's a champion. If I'm incorrect, he was either the number 2 or the third option when the Raptors won a championship behind Kawhi. I know
yeah,
some
he's
people
got
like
third
to
guy.
say that Kyle Lowry was the second option.
No,
Okay,
he was the third
whatever.
guy. He was definitely the third guy.
So I mean, but I believe Brandon Ingram uh at the time, um I don't know, man. I don't really feel, maybe
So
because he played New Orleans.
nah. This
Um
this how I be telling
it seemed
people.
like
This
all
what
the
I
New
be saying.
Orleans players, Ingram,
It's not a great place for
Zion,
careers.
it's like none of them want to be there.
No, it's,
And
it's where careers go to die. They
yeah.
listen. I've been to New Orleans. I've been down. I've driven past the practice facility. The same people that own the Pelicans own the Saints. They kind of just got them by way of being there. They definitely spend way more money on the Saints. New Orleans is a Saints town. The Pelicans don't really have no fan base for real. It just is what it is. But I remember at the trade deadline, I was telling y'all this because it's really true. When you look at, like, we're kind of that same franchise, even though we're in a desirable market where players like to come and hang out and be, you know, off season stuff. Our
Mm-hmm.
franchise is equivalent to Indy, Toronto, OKC, where like you're just not gonna get free agents over the big, like you're not gonna get free agents over Miami. You're not gonna get free agents. You're just not that top tier destination like those like LA. I mean, even Houston lands some big name free agents. So to me, your free agency is the trade deadline and off season trades. Like Alex Caruso would probably never have picked Oklahoma City if it was just what I'm saying. If it was a free agent, but you have to use those kind of trades and say those trades are free agent acquisition. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Bi ain't going to Toronto without
but
being traded
also
here.
this though. But also this. And let's use Oklahoma City as an example. Oklahoma City gives you a chance to play for something, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I thought Oklahoma City was gonna be in the finals, but Oklahoma City was a good team to go to if you went there this offseason. one thing that cures the destination. Okay, we're not. Atlanta is not a Miami. It's not a LA,
It's not. It's
right?
not. It's not.
But
No.
but when you're winning or you have something to play for, that gives you the advantage over just the destination. That
Oh
gives
yeah,
you an advantage.
definitely.
But the problem
Definitely.
is,
But when you look at the Thunder, right? You look at the Thunder and the Pacers, right? Those teams in the finals. I'm just using them as an example. And honestly, even when you look at teams like the Timberwolves or Cleveland, none of those teams are built on free agent signings. That's what I'm getting at.
Right.
They're built on
no,
you
no, no,
have
no, no.
to your
They're built
trades
on
are your
draft
free
picks.
agents.
But
You're built
here's
on
the
draft
thing.
picks and trades. You have to
Here's
trade
the
for the free
thing.
agents
This is
you
how
Yeah.
want.
this is your steps to building a team. Every team does it the same way. You go through the draft. The reason you trying to go through the draft, the first thing you looking for is a generational person to build around. That's the reason you want to be in a lottery. That's what you're looking for, that generational talent. Once you get that generational talent, it usually take maybe about 2 years for you as the GM be like, yeah, this is the guy right here. Then what you do in the meantime, you drafted more, right? Because it's been about 2 years, you drafted more, but then you make the financial commitment. So when you look at an Indiana Pacer, right, they built their team, but their best players, they didn't draft their best players. They didn't draft Siakam. They didn't draft Halliburton. Okay,
Yeah, I
they
think
didn't
we're saying
draft them.
the same thing, Demar. That I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah,
You
but
have
yeah,
to,
yeah.
you have to do like my point is like for the Hawks and the Pacers, teams like us, the Pacers, the Thunder. I was just using them as an example. The Magic are the same kind of story.
But no, but that's
It's
they
a
good.
bunch
They
of
good
franchises
examples.
like that. You're
They
not
good
gonna get
examples.
free
But once
agents.
again, Orlando. I mean, OKC. They didn't draft Shea.
No, they didn't draft. They drafted a lot of the players on the team, but most of these dudes, only big free agent
But
signing that they had was Hartenstein.
you know what they did though, Jay? That the Hawks did not do is when they recognized when they got Shea and they realized this guy is a player, then immediately they started acquiring talent around Shea.
Did they?
Immediately. Yeah.
Who did they
Yeah.
bring
So
in?
so how they did was
but
they
Who did
got
they bring
remember,
lucky because
in?
they traded Paul George for Shea.
but remember this. Remember this though.
Yeah, but
Remember this.
they didn't bring in anybody with Shea.
No,
They
but this
just
is what I'm
kept
saying
drafting
though,
guys.
Jay. Remember when
Yeah.
they traded and got Shea, you forget they end up getting tons of picks, and they end up drafting those dudes that could complement SGA.
Right,
J Dub,
right.
they drafted
But
J Dub, correct?
we talking about. I get you on the draft side, but we're talking about what the statement you just made is like they went out and found dudes via trades. They didn't make any trades to bring in guys to this
Where
past
Caruso
offseason.
come from?
That's what I'm saying. That was this past offseason. That was he wasn't on the team last year. He was
Right.
just
Like Caruso was
Okay,
probably the only thing.
but
Isaiah
here's what I'm
Hartenstein
saying
was
though,
the
Demar.
sign was
Here's what I'm
signed.
saying though. Here's what I'm saying. They were already the number one seed team last season
how long Shea
without
been there?
Caruso.
How long
So
has Shea been there?
Shea's been there now for
4 years.
4 or 5 seasons, 6 seasons.
Yeah.
They got him.
But what I'm
He was in
telling you
Trey
is
Young's
this.
draft class, so he's been there 6 seasons.
So
Yeah, that's right.
they build around SGA. Everything you
Yeah.
seeing now the past 2 years are the what you call it, the finishing touches of what they're doing. They drafted Chet, right? They drafted J Dub, right? They drafted Lou Dort, right? And then
No,
you
Lou
let
Dort
those
was
guys.
on. Lou Dort was there before Shea. He was an
But
undrafted
Yeah.
he
free
was
agent.
drafted. But my point is, he was drafted by Oklahoma City.
No, he was an undrafted free agent. Like he was
He was
never. He was
undrafted.
like Keaton
Who
Wallace. He
else?
was on a
What
two-way.
other team has Lou Dort played for?
He's only played for the
undrafted.
Thunder.
He was undrafted, bro.
So
He
my
was
point is
undrafted.
this. This is my point, Jay. See, you just listen. My point is this: Oklahoma City seen that guy and brought him in and said,
Right.
"This is a guy we need for whatever we're trying to build." That's when they still had Paul George and Westbrook. Then when they trade Paul George, that's where they get SGA and they get tons of picks.
Like
and what did I say? When they realized SGA was a player, what did they do? Trade Westbrook, right? Acquire more assets while Shea developed, but their whole plan was to build around Shea. And what I say about the Hawks is this. And you know, here's a real good example. Here's a real good example. Luka Doncic, right? How long did it take for Dallas to put an all-star player around Luka Doncic?
Couple seasons.
They had Porzingis though, didn't they?
Yeah, that was Porzingis. But
they got Porzingis. So they got Porzingis year Luka Doncic year 3.
Year 2.
Year 2, year 3, somewhere in there.
Year 2. Meaning, and this is what I say about the Hawks. Okay, the difference between the Hawks and the Mavericks is the Mavericks actually believed in Luka Doncic early. They didn't waste no time. They didn't say, you know what, Juan? This guy's a star player. But you know what we're going to do, Juan? We're going to just go through the draft and hope we can draft for the second option. They immediately went and got a guy who became available and Porzingis. Then guess what else they did? When Porzingis wanted out, they let him go. And then they do what? They go get Kyrie.
They drafted Bronson.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I just think that you have it a little out of order. So Westbrook was already traded to Houston for Chris Paul before they got him.
Because Chris Paul was on the Thunder for his season.
I thought I had that mixed up. I thought I had that mixed up.
They had Chris Paul and Shea on the same team, but they were trying to.
And I think they made it to they got to the first round. Yeah.
And that's when they had Chris Paul, Lou Dort.
And they had
in that season, right? Shea wasn't no all-star, and when they made the playoffs, they said, "Oh, we're not bad enough. Sam Presti's still trying to bottom out." So then he traded Chris Paul, and they had like 2 seasons where they were just god awful. They had the number 2 pick in the draft for a reason. The year that they
went like 16 for 58 or something.
They really sucked. Like last year was the first year they actually made the playoffs. But
the point is this, though. But my point is this: when you go to the draft, your whole point to go to the draft is to get the generational player. When you find that player, you immediately build around him. What have the Hawks done with Trae Young since they got him? They put nobody around.
I feel like they have made multiple attempts. I don't think.
Yeah, they've made multiple attempts.
They've done nothing. Is
what
just
you
wrong.
mean multiple attempts?
They made multiple attempts.
They got when they got Trae Young, they also got Kevin Huerter and Omari Spellman. Kevin Huerter was a guy who could shoot. Yeah. And Omari Spellman was a guy who could defend. But you gotta they gotta grow.
I wouldn't even say that.
They don't have to grow. That's what I'm telling you.
You guys are missing the point, though.
Demond, what I'm saying is
you missing. No, here's the thing, Ryan. Here's the thing. Championship teams don't wait for young players to grow. Who did the Lakers give up to get AD?
Lonzo, BI, they gave up like good players, but that's different though. Those guys are already in the league. They've been in the league for 3-4 years.
It's
Brandon Ingram and Julius Randle. They was only year 1 year 2.
Juan, let me know if I'm
crazy. Julius Randle was there for like two years. Brandon Ingram was there for like 3.
Bro,
I think it was 1 and 2, but we'll check. It's all good.
No.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they were young players.
Let me know if I'm crazy, okay? When championship teams, they don't waste time on development.
No, they don't.
You know what they do? They wait for teams like the Hawks to not sign somebody who's good, and then they go get them. That's what they do, or they trade for them. Okay,
I don't know, man. I don't know because the Celtics definitely.
So if we're comparing the Hawks to the Thunder have had multiple years where they've had 3 or 4 draft picks, and let's not forget they drafted Ty Washington. Where is he at?
They drafted Vic Krejci in the first round.
They drafted Vic Krejci.
Listen, Demar, you're not
like
wrong.
They've had a ton of misses too.
Well, you can afford to miss when you got 50 picks.
It's not about making misses. It's the Hawks have tried. Like I always say this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
They ain't
have. Because
tried
I
for
feel
real. Go
like
ahead.
we
this how I
yeah
feel
they
when I look at
have.
Trey
Go
Young's
ahead. Go ahead, Juan. Go
career.
ahead, Juan. Go ahead, Juan.
So,
Dang.
there is some truth in everything in what y'all saying. I think since we're on the OKC bubble right now, since they the hottest thing smoking, and they obviously going to the finals, I think we totally undermining the 21-22 draft in which they pulled off Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren in the first round. They easily won the draft that year because they got the number 2 and the number 8 draft pick, which are now bona fide, which is their core right now. It's SGA, Chet, and Jalen Williams. They're interchangeable. Chet and Jalen Williams can both go 3, 4, 5 at any time throughout the game, and that's what OKC has built their team off of. I know Jay said Isaiah Hartenstein was probably their biggest acquisition this year. No, I'm gonna have to go with Caruso.
Free
A two
agent. He
time.
was the only. I was saying he was
He
the
was a
only
free
free
agent
agent they bought in.
And acquired Caruso through trade. Yeah, Caruso I think was the biggest acquisition by trade because you brought in a champion and a two-time All NBA defensive player, defensive first team player. You know what I mean? So
For
instantly
nothing.
they instantly knew
for
he could
nothing.
come in here
Yeah,
to come to cause disruption, make threes, and make life hard on the perimeter for guys. And then in between that, over the last couple years, like you've been alluding to, Ryan and Jay, they built up Isaiah Joe. They built up Andrew Wiggins. They built up Jalen Williams, the first Jalen Williams they had on there. They built up
hmm
Carson Wallace. I think many people also forget that the OKC Thunder team last year as a team shot 40% from three. This was not in a long time making. Literally happened, you could say, overnight within the last 2 years, man. They have
That's what
built
I'm
that
saying.
team. They have built that team so well that they have 8 to 9 guys that they can throw in there at any given time, and they can do whatever they need to do to come out with wins. And I'm not saying the Hawks need to emulate that model, but we need to start thinking of ways of how, if Trey's going to be here long term, how are we going to get the best out of Trey Young's prime years while also putting around a comparable team that will help us get far in the playoffs as well.
The Thunder
Well, here's my
are an
thing. Here's my
anomaly.
thing, Juan. Here's my thing,
yeah. I was
right?
about to say.
The Thunder are not
This
a
this is what
comparable team.
this what I would do if I was running the Hawks, right? I'm going to get me a superstar. I need somebody 6'8" who's a star player right now. I don't want nobody who they think gonna be a star. Okay. And I believe when you get a guy that's a superstar on this team with Trey Young, right? I believe you'll see Trey Young shot attempts go down, but I think you'll also see more efficiency because now you got somebody else on the court that demands a double team. You see what I'm
Demond,
saying?
I think the only flaw in that is that the Hawks right now, because of our team construction, is not fit to have a superstar come in here because you're going to you're going to give
Oh no,
away
no, 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 no.
assets,
I'm just
assets and,
I- I'm just saying
and picks.
hypothetically, Juan. I'm just
Well,
saying
but I mean,
hypothetically.
but you can't do
Real
that
life
anyway in
though,
today's
real
NBA.
real life, there's nothing we can do right now, to be honest with you.
No, no,
To
that's
be
Because
not
like
true.
honest
I
with you,
told
you can't have two
Right, and
superstars in the same team.
yeah, you
You're going to
can't.
be too top
it's
heavy.
nothing
You
you
have
can
to.
really do now because you already got you already invested in Dyson Daniels. You already invested in Ricochet. You already invested
Jalen.
in Jalen Johnson. And that's what I
Hmm.
be asking people when they say, hey, get this guy. And the first thing I always say is this: who on our team is gonna suffer because we go get said guy? You
Or
already
trade
got
it.
time invested in these young
So
players.
so to add on to your hypotheticals, and I heard you guys last stream, and Kool-Aid said he wanted to get Kevin Durant. You know who we have to give
No,
up to go get Kevin Durant?
a lot.
And no, this is just this.
Man,
Yeah, exactly. At least Onyeka or Jalen, if not both, Zach, and however many
Dyson.
draft picks we have left. And well,
I ain't giving up shit for Kevin Durant.
Well, how about Kevin Durant? The guys like that. Like the thing is, we only think about it from the Hawks' perspective. It's like the same shit that happened with Brandon Ingram. Whoever you're trading for, the team is gonna look at your package versus another package, and at the end of the day, they have to take the deal that you have in front of them. It's just teams
Bro,
that
like
have
we
better things to
we
offer.
can't
Like
beat we
you're
can't
not
beat
gonna outbid
Houston.
most of these teams. You're just
You're
not.
not
Like
gonna beat the Nets offer. You're not gonna beat
Nope.
the Rockets
you're not gonna
offer.
beat
Nope.
anybody's
no,
offer.
Um,
You're
exactly,
not gonna beat the
exactly.
Spurs
no.
offer. If they decide to trade
Mm-mm.
pieces for Young.
You
So
almost
They
bet
have
if
it's
you
We
no
look
tried.
at
guy
the
like
KD.
We did that trade once, and it was for Dejounte Murray, and it failed.
But that's what
Well,
I
that's what
see.
happened.
Ryan.
That's what
See,
happened.
RT,
That's what happened
that's
when
my
you let a
point. When they say we ain't
non-basketball
tried to
guy
build
make the
around
decision.
trades. What
Yeah,
was
What
the
you say, Jay?
DeJounte trade? If we weren't
it
trying,
was
like,
Danilo Gallinari and 4 first
Bruh,
round picks with
wait,
one of them being a pit swap.
say that one more time. Jay, what you just say?
It was
I was
Danilo.
saying,
three.
if
Oh,
we haven't tried to build
It was
around
oh, it was
Trey
3.
Young, then
Gallinari and
what was the
3 picks,
DeJounte
not
Murray
4.
trade? What was
Oh,
that?
my bad, my
Hold on,
bad.
listen. Who in their right mind thought the DeJounte Murray shit was gonna work? They play the same position.
The
And
Hawks
he,
thought it was gonna work.
And no, the non-basketball guys thought it was gonna work, and it didn't.
yeah.
It didn't.
If they would have
But
listened
again,
to the basketball, here's the biggest thing about that, Jay. Here's the biggest thing.
is that
It's not
not them
even that they
trying?
trade for. It's not even that they traded for Murray. It's what they gave up to
Yeah,
get him.
what they
You
gave
know,
up.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
No,
Yep.
yeah,
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
the thing.
But
But
Demar,
that's
when
what
you
you're going
say
to
the
have to
Hawks
do to get
haven't
a
tried to build
superstar
around
player.
him, it's like, how do you can't say they
Murray not a
haven't tried to build around
superstar,
him.
Ryan.
I'm saying, but I'm not saying Murray's a super, but I'm saying that's the package
That's a
that teams
package you
need to
should have got.
throw.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. What's good, Larry? Did the Braves win or them niggas lost again?
They lost
I mean, them
8-3. They
dudes
suck.
lost. I'm
They
trying
got
to
They
stop
whooped.
that.
suck.
Brian
They suck.
Snicker would sleep at the
Hey,
wheel
listen, man.
again.
So, hey, listen, Larry. Tell the Brave. Tell them. Listen. Tell what's the boy name? Tell Snicker. Tell them. Hey, how we doing? Juan? Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Yeah.
Shake my hand.
Juan, go down to the store. Get a little plaque made for him with the flags. You know how we do, Juan, in the army. Get them the plaque with the with the stuff he's accomplished. Put his little ribbons up there.
Get him a company flag, a company guideline.
Yeah. Listen,
Give them a little
No,
pamphlet of what to do when you retire.
I don't want to turn this to no Braves talk, but man, listen. I was told I'm gonna do my little Braves spiel, Larry. You let me know if I'm right or wrong. I was told at the beginning of the season we had talent to compete for the World Series. That's what I was told.
Oh,
Was that true?
Right now,
Hell no.
what is true is
Yep.
right now what's true is that Brian Snicker is trying to find a lineup that can be consistent. The problem is baseball is about consistency. So you can't keep musical chairs with the lineup. Guys don't get rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
What's
like,
good, Pharaoh? My bad.
Let's stop because I'll go on a rant.
Man,
Let's stop on that.
I'm gonna sum the Braves issues up in one word. They just didn't pay nobody.
Jay, you're right.
Jay, you're wrong. Jay, you're wrong.
Nah, man, they let too many dudes.
Hey man, why they over there? Why we wait? When Pro 4 coming back, man? He coming back?
Who?
Yeah, at the end of June.
Yeah, he coming back in about 16 more games.
But he can't play in playoffs.
We shouldn't have let Dansby
tell him
Swanson
stay off
walk.
them PEDs, man.
Nah, he
stay off
shouldn't
them
let
John Collins,
Freddie
man.
Freeman walk.
Freddie, but we got. Freddie was a
you
big.
should have kept Freddie Freeman from jump. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, we should have kept Freddie.
Not to harp on the Braves too much, Larry.
You should have kept Freddie. You should have kept
Dansby
walk.
And Max Free. Max Free has the best
let
ERA in
Max
baseball.
Free go, Dansby Swanson go, and Freddie Freeman go.
Look, here's the MO with this is my last thing I'm gonna say about the Braves right now because I want to talk about it. What is going on is the Braves operate on a pay scale. Okay, they do not exceed that. All right, it's not up to Alex Anthopoulos on who he can and cannot get.
That's a
he
fact.
Has spent a lot of money. We are top 10, top 7 in salary. So he just got a lot of contracts that spread out over a long time. Like this entire roster is a whole bunch of really franchise friendly contracts.
That's a fact.
Because he put the risk on the talent.
And
the Braves killing they killing Acuna with that paycheck, dog. He underpaid like
no. Like Ronald Acuna Jr. and Ozzie
they told him
Albies.
he has to cut salary like every other year. Like that's why they traded.
He need to come over here.
No. It's all about age. It's analytics. It's analytics.
It's age analytics. But I mean,
hey, Demar, I'm gonna cut my camera off right quick. I'm just tucking my daughter in the bed.
How much money he got?
Okay, my guy.
I'm gonna cut my camera off right quick.
All right, bet.
So
All right,
that's
bet.
enough.
Well,
That's
hell,
enough of that.
you.
Braves
Hey,
right
Larry, let me
now.
ask you this, Larry. Let me ask you this, Larry.
Yeah,
Thoughts
go ahead.
on the KD stuff that was on Twitter today?
Thank you. That's what I want to talk about. Where there's smoke, there's fire. The price has already went down. It's not going to cost that much to get KD. It's not. Because they have to move him, and everybody in the NBA knows that, right? You're to make the money work. I understand, but I don't care how many players you have to move. To be honest, if you're really trying to win with Trey, now if you're not trying to win with Trey, then trade him and just go ahead and do a real rebuild. Because if you got an opportunity to get KD, I don't at this point. I'm sorry, guys. If it was Dyson Daniels,
You're
he's
crazy.
gone. I'll drive him to Hartsfield, and y'all know I'm the biggest Dyson Daniel fan
That's
in this
crazy.
in host Twitter.
That's
But
crazy.
I'm not going to allow Dyson Daniels not to put the best player that Trae Young is ever going to play with. If I really want to try to win with Trae Young. Now, are you using Trae Young just to get by to sell tickets? Because right now, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a young core. Trae Young does not fit the time schedule right now. If anybody debates that, they're lying to themselves. Trae Young does not fit this team timeline now. You got JJ, but see, here's the kicker. You don't know if you got a number 2 yet on this team, let alone. Look, first of all, Trey is a number 2, okay? But that's not cursing at him. That's not calling him a bad player. Indiana Pacers got 2 number 2s. They ain't got a real number 1. They got 2 number 2s and a Hall of Fame championship coach. That's what they have, okay? With a team built around them correctly. That we didn't want Pascal Siakam because our head coach loved Kobe Buffkin. He should have been fired with Coach Quinn.
Yep.
I mean, Coach Quinn should have been fired with Landry. That alone. So I don't want to hear anything from any Quinn supporters. Miss me with that, bro. So
I ain't gonna hold you, Larry. That's a bold take right there.
I'm telling you, bro, like the balance of the East switched when Pascal Siakam went to
No,
the
I'm not
Pacers.
saying that. I'm saying
Everybody's saying like,
Pascal, saying the Pacers having 2 number 2s is kind of crazy to me because
Wait, they
Pascal.
yeah,
do.
they have 2 number
They
2s.
do.
Nah,
They do
Pascal's
have
a
2 number
proven
2s.
25 a game scorer in the NBA. You can't be number. He's been a number 1, and clearly he's
Pascal
good enough to
Siakam was
be a
never a
number
When
number
1
he
on his
been
1.
a number
team.
1, Jay, and they went
He's
this
never been a
far.
number 1, Jay.
He's the leading scorer of the team that's in the finals right now. What are we talking
He's a
We
about?
number
talking
2.
about, but this is the playoffs. We talking about over his
No, in
longevity
the
of his
regular
career.
season, he's the leading scorer of the Pacers, who have
He's a
8
number
guys in
2,
double
Jay.
figures.
That don't mean he's a number 1.
Jay.
How is he not?
He get
Jay.
20 points a game.
When he was with
He's averaging 20
Toronto,
flat, Jay.
He's averaging 20
So,
points
but
a game.
they have 8 dudes in Indiana that average 10 points or more. They
But
have
you
like 10 dudes.
and
You're not gonna average 25. You got 8 other teammates that's averaging 10 plus points a game. This is not how the
Jay,
basketball works.
it still doesn't make him number 2. If you put him
that's the
on the
regular
Knicks or you put him
season,
anywhere, he's still number
not the
2.
playoffs.
Exactly.
If
In
you
the
You
playoffs,
mix
he
if
the
you
just
put
averaged
playoffs.
he
hey
just averaged
Jay,
45
if you
in the
put
finals.
Pascal back on Toronto with Kawhi Leonard, he's a number 2.
Of
Exactly.
course, but Kawhi
He
Leonard
won't
is a
even.
different.
He
Never
wasn't a
mind.
number 2 in Toronto. He was
He
3.
wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Number
He was
2 was
number 3.
Not
Marcus
to
Gasol.
Pascal. Not to
Fair.
Pascal level.
Kyle
Not to
Lowry was
Pascal
number
level.
2.
You right.
Kyle
Kyle
I
Lowry
Lowry
was
was
forgot
number
Kyle
number
2.
2.
Lowry.
My
On
bad,
the
my
top
bad.
10, you're absolutely right. He surely was, but he was also like 23, 24 years old. So I
He's
mean,
a number 2 now. I give him props on that. He's a number
Yeah.
2
We
now.
don't
And,
even got that.
Yeah.
exactly, and that's my whole premise, guys. Coach Quinn and Landry fell in love with Kobe Buffkin and said, no, we don't want to give up AJ Griffin, who is a passer now, DeAndre Hunter, who we traded for Niang and Karis LeVert. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Pascal Siakam or Niang and LeVert?
Oh, come
Okay,
on.
that's not even a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather have the so-called potential of Kobe Buffkin or Pascal Siakam? See,
Yeah.
we
Well,
could have
your coach,
traded 3 guys that would
man,
not be on
that
our
ship is
roster now.
sailed. Man, that ship is sailed.
I know, but this is the problem. That's why Quinn has to be fired. Like, you chose a non-freaking factor dude over a multiple all-star player who is a championship player. You chose him because you didn't want to rock the boat. But the problem is that you've never put anyone around Trae Young that's remotely as good as him. We can say, hey, maybe JJ has the potential to be better than him, but right now, JJ ain't touching him right now. He's not.
I'm not saying he is. You right. He ain't
Okay,
told no
well,
lies.
if that's the case,
Larry,
why are we turning away? Why are the Hawks so good, so esteemed to turn away championship players?
All right, Larry, let me ask you a real
But
question.
now people are turning their nose up at Kevin Durant.
All right, Larry,
Are
let me
you
ask you a real
kidding me?
question.
Larry,
Let me ask you a real question.
are we
Outside of the Golden
blaming
State Warriors,
Quinn for
what
this?
team has added Kevin Durant and went to a conference finals?
Outside,
he's been on multiple teams
one.
now
Hold
with a
on.
lot of talent.
I'm going to answer your question with another question. Outside of a fluke run where everybody in the East was hurt, what has a Trae Young led team done? 3 coaches.
Listen,
One playoff destruction by man.
Larry.
No. We can't get away with that.
Yeah.
What do you
Yes,
mean?
exactly.
You know the difference.
The
You know the
8th
difference
year.
in the statements,
We're not.
Larry.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's a good question from Larry,
That's a
Jay.
good question, man.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference between what he's saying. You already have Trae Young. You're not giving up assets to get him. He's already on your roster. There's been plenty of teams that thought they were Kevin Durant away. They had way more talent on them, way more stars on them than the Hawks did, and none of them made it out of the second round. He's had one playoff series win since he's left Golden State.
Jay,
One series
the
win.
East is weaker
So you're
than what
telling me you're telling me you're gonna pay the farm, you be willing to trade Dyson, all these dudes for a 37-year-old Kevin Durant who has one playoff series win since he's left Golden State?
Has bad knees.
Like,
First
what are we
of
talking
all,
about?
I
the
gotta ask you.
price isn't the price what y'all talking about. You're not
Uh,
giving up
But I'm
4
just
picks.
telling you,
Larry,
I'm not giving
But
away nothing.
we're putting
Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Let John tap in real quick. What's good, John?
What's up,
hey,
John?
what's going on? And I've been listening for the past couple of minutes. But Larry, are you blaming Quinn solely for this?
I'm blaming Quinn and Landry. Both of them was in love with Kobe Buffett, and they rebuked and
there's one more.
yeah, both.
There's one more.
What you talking
Wrestler
about, Nick?
Yes, sir.
or daddy? Yeah. His
I
daddy
mean,
keep
look,
telling
man,
him.
it all goes back to the
One good
wrestler.
point. 2 more. One good point. 2 more.
Yeah, it always goes back to the wrestlers. I mean, but I'm talking about the people that had control.
Right. Now see, that's my point. That's my point. When you go down the list, call all of the criminals' names out. Call them all out.
Okay, yeah.
Line them up in front of the fire hose and wash all of them off, because all of them is involved in this crap. All right.
Said all the criminals.
This situation up in New York. This situation up in New York is virtually the same thing that's going on here. You're at the end of our last broadcast when we were talking, I brought up the fact that we was talking about the fact about Dolan's, the owner in New York, when he had Isaiah Thomas in charge of the franchise, and Stephen A. Smith was so pissed, as well as New York Knicks fans were so pissed about how that person was the owner was running the organization. Something happened where he hired a president and a GM, and it turned around with
and got the heck out the way.
Yeah, he got out the way. All right. Now, I'm interested to see, because now you fired this man who took you to the Eastern freaking Conference Finals, that a place you hadn't been in 25 years. What a reward. What a damn reward for doing a good job. That's
but we hanging on the Quinn. But we're hanging on the Quinn, John.
Yeah.
Who is under 500. We're hanging on to Quinn like he's some genius coach that's under 500. Every time someone bring up Quinn is an offensive coordinator. We got a team. Look, check this out. We got a team full of one-way players with a one-way damn coach. Refute me. Tell me I'm wrong. He's an offensive coordinator for basketball. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No.
Am I lying? He's Kyle Shanahan.
But my counterpoint, Larry, is who would we get to replace him? Because you're not getting a Ime Udoka, you're not getting a Joe Mazzulla, you're not getting a Mark Dagnall, you're not getting a Kenny Atkinson.
You know what name?
Ryan, you can replace
with who? With who?
Mike Malone sitting out there.
You.
I mean, I wouldn't consider myself the best coach in the world, but I mean, I give it a shot. But I mean,
hold on, pick somebody in the chat. Craig Johnson could.
I mean, if I'm a championship caliber coach and everybody wants to throw out, everybody wants to throw out Mike Malone. Do you think Mike Malone would come to a situation where the owner has his hands so far up the team's ass that he would want to come here and coach? Exactly.
He's doing.
He's going to New York.
Austin in the chat.
Shoot, that'd actually be a good spot for Mike Malone, to be honest with you.
You know, and he's going to have to tell them.
New York.
Say what?
John.
Yeah. Ooh.
John, you know they got Mike Malone and Pierce as the next two potential hires of New York. Right
now. I saw that.
You know why? You know why Lord Pierce? You know why Lord Pierce is? Because he has built a reputation of being a defensive coach in the league. He was the number one assistant for Indiana. He is the reason why their defense is the way it is right now. Because Rick Carlisle is a great champ. He's a great coach. I give him that. But every great coach needs great assistants, man. Which is why I think Tom Thibodeau will be a great defensive-minded assistant coach here in Atlanta.
What about here?
Huh?
He said here. He said here.
I said here.
No.
He said
head coach. John,
head coach.
Because Larry just said it. If you can put their offense and defensive mindsets together, we can get a balanced team. I
could get behind that. I can get behind that.
I would definitely.
But I don't think Thibodeau is. He's got too much credibility, especially now, to be an assistant. Unfortunately,
that's what I was thinking.
Season. It's back-to-back 50-win season, but we're hanging on to Quinn, who's a sub-500 coach for the Hawks, like he's.
And let's not forget. And I've said this on many streams before.
Hold up. I was told that Quinn don't have his guys.
No, these are his guys.
These are his guys. Yeah.
Kobe Buffkin was his guy. So
he went out and got Igor Kokoskov as an assistant coach.
This excuse for Quinn saying, well, he don't have his guys yet to implement his system. So Quinn has a lot of input into who and what is on this roster. And these are Quinn guys.
Hang on, John.
No more excuses for Coach Quinn, please. I don't want to hear any more excuses.
Just tell me. I can take.
So Igor Kokoskov was a former Phoenix Suns assistant or head coach that Phoenix brought in to try to get Luka to Phoenix, but they wanted DeAndre Ayton. So he got bounced around a couple of teams, and then he wound up as our assistant. And then I think one of our coaches is a College Park head coach who was actually got College Park to be a pretty respectable defensive team. I forget. I don't know who it is, like Larry or Damon. You guys can probably give better info with that. But I mean,
without being facetious, I would take Frank Vogel.
For what?
He won a championship.
Right. But like, honestly, I would have been happy if we kept Joe Prunty as an assistant coach. I like Joe Prunty. I liked what he did in those 2 games. He made guys play defense.
Being the assistant coach.
The dude
exactly.
In his one win, the Hawks gave up 125.
No, he won twice. He only coached 2. No, it was twice. Yeah,
twice. He was undefeated.
Yeah, he gave up the most points in those 2 games. Like, he's awful.
Yeah, but they won both games.
They won.
Now, the man was saddled with what the previous coach left him. What did you expect him to do?
Exactly. He won. He assisted and helped Quinn make playoffs.
But
he should have passed it on. Here's my thing, man. Listen, I already told
y'all.
I told y'all from day one. I told y'all from day one. Quinn Snyder, okay, is a regular season front runner, and then when he get to the playoff, he get his shit shut down. The reason I say I want a championship coach, this is the reason why. And let me know if this makes sense. I know it's gonna make sense to Juan. Let me see if it makes sense to anybody else. How can you tell me that your system can lead us to a championship and you never won one?
Yep.
You had 7 years in the playoffs in Utah, and your system with your guys didn't even get you to a conference final. At least with somebody like a Vogel, a Mike Malone, at least with those guys, they can say, hey,
Missoula.
buddy, when I did it this way, guess what? We won a championship.
Yeah, but the mom, I think,
or at least got
there. None of those dudes have been.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Juan. Want to hear something real funny, real quick, Juan? You know why T-Man ain't gonna never leave his roster?
Right
there. Because T-Man is the one who lit Quinn ass up for 30.
It's true.
When they sent the number one. Matter of fact, I think he went for 40. When
that
they
was a
sent
closeout game, Game 6.
Yeah, when Utah was up 20,
game,
and they walked their ass down and sent their ass home. That was T-Man who did that.
Yo, Damon.
Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. They was up 2-0 and they lost 4 straight games.
No. One. You know that Coach Quinn has given up 3-1 leads as a Utah Jazz. Like, this is the thing. I don't even care about his Utah record. Anything he did in Utah, I don't care. But when everybody talk about the success and the brilliance of Coach Quinn, he has given up 3 3-1 leads. 3, count them. 3 3-1 leads. Go look it up.
Where's the other 3?
3 3-1 leads.
He lost to the Clippers. He lost to the Clippers in the bubble. That's one of them.
No, he lost to the Nuggets in the bubble.
And the
That's the
Suns.
only one I can think of when he lost a 3-1 lead.
No, my bad. Nuggets.
He lost to the Clippers.
And Clippers.
No, they lost.
Nuggets, Mavericks, Clippers. All 3-1 leads. Go look it up. Nuggets, Mavericks, Clippers. All 3-1 leads. And remember, Luka Doncic was out. Brunson went crazy on him.
Yeah, Luka missed
remember?
3 games. He missed 2 games in the playoffs.
No, they weren't up 3-1 in that series.
Well, listen. I don't.
They weren't up 3-1 in either.
My thing is this. My thing is this with Quinn Snyder.
My bad.
And
It was only 2.
man.
My bad. It was only 2.
It
was only 2.
I told y'all that Quinn
Snyder. They weren't up 3-1.
I told y'all that Quinn Snyder, he looked good on the offensive side, but when it comes down to when it matters in the playoff, he is not good. He not. He got outcoached by Jason Kidd with no Luka. You got beat down in the bubble. Blew a 20-point. You blew a 20-point lead in the bubble. The team.
They won down 3-1 against the Clippers.
He was the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Jay
was to the Nuggets. That was it. All these other
they went down 3-1 to the Mavericks.
They were not up 3-1 to the Mavericks. They were actually down 2-1 at one point.
Jay, it don't even matter. His ass lost. He was the number 1 seed.
Listen, I'm not here to defend.
He was the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. He had the number 1 offense. Couldn't even get past the second round. But y'all gonna sit here and tell me. This is what I don't understand about some of y'all, right? This how I know some of y'all don't really care about results. Some of y'all are like style people. You more concerned on how we look. I don't give a fuck about
that. That's Atlanta.
For me, Quinn is just an average, above average NBA coach. I mean, I'm not.
Okay, I agree with that. I need you to tell that to Tank, because Tank think Quinn Snyder the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, I need you to tell that to Matt. Matt, I need you to tell that to Matt.
Word on the street is that Tank. Word on the street is that Tank has an Atlanta Hawk polo signed by Quinn Snyder. That's the word on the street.
What did do, Tank?
I think y'all being nasty right now, man. Real nasty right now.
Cheers, John.
Real nasty.
Hey,
How?
listen
Hold
though,
on,
Tank.
hold
Hey,
on.
Tank. Hey, Tank. Hey, Tank.
Wait.
We can.
How so?
Hey, Tank. We might be nasty, but are we lying?
Yes, you guys are lying. You guys are
Are
lying.
we
You guys are
lying?
lying.
Okay,
Y'all are
he caught
lying.
me. I was wrong about Quinn.
It don't matter about the 3-1.
Doc Rivers be
He
blowing
lost
them
the series.
like it's water.
He
Okay,
lost the
maybe that was
series. It
Doc
don't
Rivers.
matter.
Yeah,
I
7
apologize
years,
about
that.
7 years in the playoffs in Utah, and his ass ain't make the conference final one time.
That's a lot of coaches, though, DeMar.
All right,
I'm
so
talking about this coach.
That's not true.
I get
could-
you,
but
but I'm
Jay,
just telling you, man.
Jay,
Mark
I can give you a
Daigneault.
coach who made the conference final. Jay, Nate Miller made the conference final.
That's fine, but see, here's my thing though, DeMar. You sit here and you be like, well, there's no like, how can you convince me of a system if you've never done it? But like, here's the reality. Nate Miller had never done. None of these dudes have done it. Their system has never done it until they do it. Like,
Hold on.
Guess
Nate
what,
Miller
Jay?
was a coach.
Hey, Jay, but guess what? Hey, Jay, watch
whoa,
this though.
whoa,
Watch
whoa,
this,
whoa.
Jay. Watch this.
Wait a
Nate
minute.
Miller
Jay,
was
the
a coach for
funny
20
thing about that
years.
is, Jay.
He made it.
Hey, Jay, let me tell you.
Hey,
The
did
funny
you
thing
just
about that is this.
uncork another one.
Hey,
You
hold on,
just
John. Hey, Jay.
uncorked another
Hey,
one,
Jay, the funny thing is this. I'm glad you said that. The funny thing is this. Nate McMillan didn't even use his system to get to the conference final.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but what I'm saying is Nate McMillan coached basketball in the NBA
I need Jay
for 20
Jay,
years, and he didn't make
Jay,
it till he
okay,
did.
Jay, I'm gonna ask you this. Hold on, let me ask you this real quick. No, I ain't gonna ask you
that is
because
true.
you already
That
said
is true, Jay.
Hold on,
I'm just
DeMar,
telling you,
DeMar.
by your logic,
You
by
said
your
he an
logic,
average
Joe
coach.
Mazzulla shit, like Joe Mazzulla ain't took no team to the finals before he
But
did.
Jay,
Yeah, he did.
Jay,
Yeah, he did.
I
Not
understand
before he was
exactly what
hired.
you're saying, Jay. I
Hey,
understand
hold
exactly
on,
what you're saying.
Hold on.
I want people to stop calling him a genius. He is
But
an
he is a
average
genius.
Wait.
coach.
You
Now,
said
he is a
He is
Mazzulla
not a
didn't
genius.
take the
He's
Celtics
not a
He is
to
a
the
genius.
finals.
He's above
Hey, that's
average.
Wait,
cap.
did you say
Hold up.
Joe
Here you go.
Mazzulla
Here you
didn't
go.
take the Celtics to the
He
finals?
is a
Is that what you
genius.
said?
Hold up.
Not before he did it last year. He ain't taken to no
That's
finals.
cap, Tank. Tank, that's cap.
That's not
Joe
cap.
Mazzulla wasn't even a
cap.
head coach in the
That's cap.
NBA
Here
until
you go.
2 years ago.
Here's a World Series cap.
He
Here you
was,
go.
but guess what? He
Hold on.
learned under
So-
Ime Udoka.
This
Okay.
is the
Hold on.
problem with all of that.
Who
Can
did
we
Mark
be-
Daigneault learn under?
Point right
He's in the
now.
finals right now.
that we
Can
at
we
the
be
point
honest here,
right
bro?
now that
Can
we
we
do
be
not
honest?
need people who have never done it before
You're
running
not a
this
genius,
franchise.
man.
We
Hold on.
have interviewed,
Hold
He's
on.
we have
he's
worked,
Kyle
we
Shanahan
have
without
hired
getting
all
assistants,
of
bro.
these
That's
people,
not true.
and
Larry.
they've
That's not
never
true,
done
Larry.
it.
Tank
He
wanna
is
say, go
Kyle
ahead, Tank.
Shanahan.
It's a
Can't
lot
even
of
get us
Tank wanna
to
fans
the
say
on
some.
playoffs.
and he still got a
Go
job.
ahead, Tank.
What are we
Tank wanna say
talking
some
about?
I'm
nonsense right now.
lying,
Go ahead,
Tank.
Tank.
Hold on.
We
Am I
are,
lying?
we are not in the, this is not the time to be hiring no other people who haven't done it before. That's over with. You got to hire somebody who's done it before so that they can set a foundation for this team that other people can emulate when they come behind them.
Yeah.
All right.
This is ridiculous, man.
That's
How
not
many-
that,
how
John.
many
That's not how it works.
times are
What
you
you
going
got?
to reinvent nitroglycerin and it's going to blow up in your damn face and then say, well, I think I need to post some more on there and I think it'll work out. Boom! Right
John,
in the
that's
damn
not how
face.
that works, man.
Should we go back and get Mike Budenholzer then?
Hey, hold up, Tank. Hey, Tank want to say something. Go ahead, Tank, because I know
Yeah,
you about to
let
say
Tank
some
go. Let
nonsense.
Tank go.
Jesus Christ, man.
Go ahead, Tank. Go
I'm
say
about
your
to get like
nonsense.
Kool-Aid.
Jockey.
Have a sip, John. Have a sip, bro.
Hold on. Let Tank go.
I just want to know, why are we acting like these coaches are winning these rings, these championships, without a superstar player? Like, all these coaches have superstar players that are winning these championships.
So
I
you
want to
saying Trey
know.
not a superstar?
No, Trey Young is
Trey's
not a superstar.
He's
not a
So why the
superstar.
fuck? So why
Hold
are we
on.
building around a non-superstar?
He's not a superstar. Trey Young is
one.
not a superstar, for one.
So you gonna diss Trey Young to keep up?
He's a star.
He's a star player.
He's a star
I
player.
feel you.
It's
So you
levels.
gonna diss
It's
you
levels. It's levels.
So you blame
said
it. Okay. So
superstar.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you
Superstar and star are
this.
two different things. It's
So
two
you
different
telling
things.
me
I
Quinn
actually agree
Snyder
with. I
has never
actually
had
agree
a
with Tank.
I agree with Tank. I agree with Tank.
So Quinn Snyder has never had a superstar in his career.
He's never had a superstar. Quinn Snyder has never had a superstar. Bro.
So Donovan Mitchell not a superstar
now.
He's not a superstar.
No, he's not a superstar in Utah. He was a star player.
But was
He played like a superstar in Cleveland.
He's never been a superstar. He's just been a star.
When
No.
So
I would beg to differ about.
I'll throw that. Yeah.
David Robinson.
Donovan Mitchell's been in MVP conversation back-to-back season.
No, he has not.
No, he hasn't. He's
Yes,
never
he
finished
has.
top 5.
No, he has not. No, he has not. No,
He ain't
has
never
not.
finished
Yes,
top 5.
He
in
never
MVP.
finished top 5.
He ain't
in
never
MVP.
finished top 5 in no
Top
MVP.
10.
All right, well, I guess not.
Get out of here.
Okay, so
if he
Tank,
would have
so
been
Tank,
All
so
right.
Hold on.
So Tank, how we gonna get a superstar? Tank, talk to me.
I mean, you got to make
Draft.
trades, or you got to draft. Like that's the only way you can do it. Or some
But is
superstar
that
got to
person
come to
a
your team.
superstar as soon as you draft him?
Hey,
No.
Tank, how
So
long
what
did
you
it take
telling
us
me-
to get from
But
Trae
my
Young
thing
to
is,
Dominique?
but my thing is, since the 04 Pistons, because the 04 Pistons didn't have no superstar on their team, that was the last team that won a championship without a superstar.
But
Am I right?
Tank,
Hold on. Am I right?
Wait a minute.
Name a team that won the ring without a superstar.
Okay. You're right. But see, Tank, when you came in, you said, "How can people win a championship without a superstar?" And you just torpedoed your own argument.
That's the only team. I'm trying to get to it. Since the 04 Pistons, that was the only team
Okay, all right,
that
that's fair.
that won a
That's fair.
championship without a
So
superstar.
what you saying is this? So this what?
You
So
said-
Tank. So what
Well,
you
you know
telling me
what,
is
though?
this?
But you guys expect.
I
Hold on.
disagree with
You
that.
guys expect.
So what
You
you
guys
telling
expect
me-
Quinn Snyder to
Hey,
win
Tank,
a
hey, Tank.
ring with this Hawks team.
Wait,
This
Demond.
It's his team,
Hey,
though.
so wait.
This is his
It
team,
don't
Tank.
matter. It
So
don't.
Tank,
It
so
don't.
Tank,
It's not a championship
So
team.
Tank,
It's
what
not
you
a
telling me is
championship
this. So what you telling me is this, Tank. So we've wasted since 2017 trying to build around a guy that's not even a superstar. That's what you telling me.
That's what
Yes.
you're telling me.
But see,
Yes.
here's the
Okay,
thing. Tank
so
is
let me
still
ask you
wrong.
this. So
he's still wrong.
what is Quinn Snyder's purpose in Atlanta then? Why he
Ryan?
come here?
I told you he's a development talent. He developed talent.
You don't pay a coach $8 million
Hold
to
on,
make
hold on,
players
hold on,
better,
hold on,
bro.
hold on. Hold on. Not only that,
$8
he
million
developed
so
talent-
he can say, "Hey man, you need to shoot the ball like this."
No, he also is a
Man, y'all
he's a
just be
great
saying,
coach.
"Nah, bro."
Hold on, he's a great coach. That's what he is. If you look at his
Don't
Utah
do that.
teams, hold on. If you look at the teams in Utah, his teams was first in offense, and first in defense. His
First in
teams,
No,
offense
he did
because
that
of
once.
Donovan and
He did that
Claxton.
one time.
okay,
First in defense.
okay,
He did
because
it
of
once.
Rudy.
He did it once.
okay, it don't matter. His teams was going up. His teams was getting better. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
and then it got to the
And they
playoffs
couldn't
and
get
what
out the
happened?
first round,
Hold on, he
Tank.
developed
Got to
Donovan
the
Mitchell.
playoffs and
He
what
developed
happened?
Donovan Mitchell. He
He
developed
got
Rudy
to the
Gobert.
playoffs and what
Larry, they
happened?
got out of the first round 3 times under
Okay.
Quinn Snyder.
Second time.
He
I mean,
got to the
second round.
playoffs.
excuse
He
me.
had the
He
number
couldn't
one
get out of the second
defense
round.
and the number one
Yeah.
offense. He was the number one seed in the West. He got to the playoffs and did what with that team?
Nah, he didn't win the championship with that team.
He didn't even
No,
make it
he
to the
didn't make it out of
conference
the second
final.
round.
What you
He didn't
talking
win
about?
the championship.
He didn't make it to
A
the second round, Tank.
championship. He ain't
Listen,
even make it.
He didn't win a
make it to the
championship.
We
conference
can
final.
all
No,
agree.
don't Tank.
We
He
can
didn't
all
make it to
agree
the
The goal
second
is to
round.
win it. The goal is to
Snyder's
win a
an
championship, right?
above-average
That's the
NBA
goal.
coach.
No, the
Like,
goal
Bro,
is
goal
to
is
him.
to win a
build. You're saying
championship.
they're building.
He
You're
can't
saying
even
that they're
make it to
building.
the
But what did he
conference
build?
finals, bro.
He underachieved with those high caliber teams. He
No,
underachieved.
he actually overachieved with those teams. If he actually, he overachieved.
No, he didn't.
How did he
Stop it now. No,
overachieve when he had the best
Yeah,
team?
bro.
Because okay, hang on.
Wasn't nobody anticipating the Utah Jazz.
In 2015, 2016, the Jazz went.
Thank you, Jay.
The,
Thank you.
the
Like,
Jazz
no one
went
was
40 and
anticipating that.
42.
Let's just be a
The
fact.
next year, after going 40 and 42, they go to 51 and 31.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these aren't like
Then they go
teams.
Y'all just
and I mean they had a 109 offensive rating and a 105 defensive rating, but
Look, I'm not again, Devon. I'm not here to sit here
Stop
and
it.
talk about
Stop
Quinn
trying to
Snyder like
It's
compliment
he's
a fact.
legendary
It's a
coach.
fact, bro.
Please.
I know you guys don't like Quinn Snyder, but we got to be real. We got to be
Bro, he
honest
not
here, bro.
good.
We got to be
Tank.
honest.
Regular
bro.
season
Tank,
front
be
We gotta
honest,
be
man.
honest, bro.
Tank, be honest,
Tank,
man.
this all I'm gonna
He's
say.
an
Tank,
offensive
this all I'm gonna
coordinator.
say. Tank, let me
He's
ask
not
you
a
one
good head
question.
No, he's more than he's more than the offensive
Is Quinn
coordinator. He's more than
Snyder
that.
He's an
a Tank?
offensive coordinator,
A
bro.
Tank. Is
Yo, I'm
Quinn
listening.
Snyder
I'm
a
listening.
playoff loser? Is he a playoff loser?
Yes.
So you taking it too far with that.
It's
bro.
yes or
He's
no
not a
question. I
playoff-
don't need
no,
nobody
no,
else
no,
involved. I'm asking
No, he's not a playoff loser.
What's his record?
how. Then what is he then? A playoff winner?
What's his record with the Hawks? Damn,
Hold
no,
on. Hold on.
500.
Has Quinn Snyder had a superstar player?
Has Quinn Snyder
don't
made it
need
to
a
a
What is
superstar.
his
Hold on.
record?
Hold on. Has Quinn
Hold on.
Snyder had a
Hold on,
superstar
because
player?
see, now I'm really finna get you right here.
Has
Right
Quinn
here.
Snyder had a
Hold on.
superstar player?
Watch
You
this,
don't
Tank,
need a
Tank.
superstar
this,
player
Tank.
for
Watch
Yes
If he's
or
a
no?
genius, If he's a genius,
no?
why can't he coach up
Hey,
people?
Yes or
If he's
no?
a genius.
Listen to me.
If he's a genius, why can't he coach up
Hold
people?
on, name all the
I'm gonna
coaches
answer
that
your
have
question.
All
I'm gonna
right,
answer your
go
question.
Why
Watch this.
are the
Quinn
Pacers in the
Snyder.
finals with
Watch
no
this.
superstars?
Quinn Snyder.
I told you about the Pacers. The
didn't have
Pacers are a
super-
fluke. They're overrated.
Listen to me, Tank. Listen to me. Quinn
I'm
Snyder didn't have a
How
superstar.
the
Okay, I give you that, but watch this.
NBA finals?
So,
Hold on,
watch
I'm
this.
listening.
So,
I'm listening.
so who did Nate McMillan have? Who was a superstar when he took us to the conference final?
That was a fluke run. Everybody know that. That was a
So
lucky
you
run.
telling me that
He
Quinn
went,
that
though.
Nate McMillan?
That was
you
lucky
telling me
run.
that? Listen to me, Tank. Listen
No,
to me.
see, I agree with Tank.
That was a lucky
Tank,
run.
let me finish my point.
But in
So you
Dallas-
telling me that Nate McMillan with no superstars can get to the conference final, but he's a worse coach than Quinn who can't get to the conference final?
He
Are you
can't
saying
even make out the
Hey,
plan.
Tank, I got you, Tank. So, who really thought that we were going to beat the Philadelphia 76ers when we went on the conference
nobody?
finals run?
I did.
No, you did
I
not.
did.
No, nobody thought the Hawks
Go
were
to
gonna
I
Nobody.
advise you, go
With a
to
decent
Pat
Joel
City.
Embiid and
Go
Ben
in
Simmons,
New-
who
go in New Pat City. Go in New Pat City on Facebook and search my name in
Nobody.
there.
Nobody thought
Go in
that,
there.
bro.
You don't
Well,
believe me?
thought we had a shot.
I mean,
DeMond, and I think
I mean,
DeMond.
it was a shot, but it would have been
Go
we
in
probably would have
New Pat
gotten
City
one
and
game or
search my name
something.
up in there.
One.
Okay, so whether or not it was a fluke or not does not matter. It's
It
you
don't
got
matter
there.
if it was a fluke.
You
It's the
got there.
results. That's the
It's
only
a
thing that
fluke,
matters.
bro. It's a fluke. Because
So,
they haven't
Tank,
gotten
why
back.
didn't-
They have not
why
gotten
ha-
back since then.
Tank.
Hold on. The Milwaukee Bucks ring was a fluke too. They have not gotten back since then.
Okay.
They have not gotten back.
Okay,
But
okay.
Tank-
Let's
Okay,
say, Tank.
so
Tank,
Quinn
let's say I
Snyder's
agree
time
with
in
you.
Atlanta is a fluke
team
because we ain't been
changed.
back to the playoffs.
Tank.
Hold on. That's not
Tank.
fair, though.
Tank.
That's why they
Pause.
have a good team, bro.
Hold on, Tank. Because you're saying that the Bucks run to the finals to the championship was a fluke, right?
Yeah,
but
it
you're
was a
also
fluke.
saying Indiana Pacers run is a fluke. But they made it now to
But
two consecutive
The reason why,
conference finals.
Man,
the
Tank
reason-
is
hold on,
bro.
the re-
Tank
it
is
can't
a
be a fluke.
certified hater, bro.
Hold on. See, guys,
Tank
bro.
is a hater,
reason
man.
why I
I'm gonna
said-
start.
the
He's
reason-
just like Mac.
You can't
the reason why the
make it to
Pacers-
two conference finals
Tank
is a
is
fluke.
The
new
reason
Matt
why the
Jr.,
Pacers are a
dog.
fluke because they had
Everything is a
they
fluke.
beat depleted
Everything's a
teams on their way to get there, bro. They
But
didn't
that's
beat
not
no.
the team.
I would.
Were the Knicks
Hold on.
depleted?
They didn't beat no healthy team.
Were the Knicks this season depleted?
I wouldn't
That's the
say the
only
Knicks were
team.
depleted.
That's
the
just
only
what
team.
happens, Tank. That's
Where
just
are
what happens.
they beat the
made
Bucks
And-
depleted. Hold on.
And what
They
did they
beat the
do to
Bucks
the only?
depleted.
Like what did
They
they do?
They beat the Bucks
next rung of the ladder.
depleted.
They
They
stepped
beat. Hold
wrong
on. They
lap.
beat the Cavs. They were depleted. Most of their players was hurt. Back-to-back seasons.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
DeAndre Evan Mobley missed one game, but
Hold on. Darius Garland.
Devon said that.
I mean okay. So I mean, you lost Darius Garland, but
Depleted.
It doesn't. Listen,
Earlier this
man.
Yes,
So what were
Listen,
the
that's
Knicks?
right.
You're not
Yes,
answering
you're
the
right.
man.
question.
Hey,
Hold
when
on,
people
he
say,
said Vaughn
hey, real quick,
What were
when
the
people
Knicks?
try to say that a title run or a deep playoff run is a fluke, it's because they really have no other excuses. They don't have nothing else to say.
It's a fact.
That's why they
All
say
right.
that.
You don't want to acknowledge it.
so okay. Hang on. So I'm gonna let me counter Jamon's point about saying. Let me.
Hold on. So you telling
if they
me?
beat the Thunder,
Tank,
if they beat
so
the
you
Thunder,
telling
what are
me
you
the
gonna say when
Warriors
if they beat the
championship?
Thunder?
Hey, Tank, when the Warriors beat the Cavs in the finals, that's a fluke, right? Since Kyrie was out and Kevin Love was
Kevin
out,
Love
so
was
that's a
out.
fluke too, right?
Yes, that was a fluke.
No, it wasn't.
Come on.
Stop.
Hold on. Do you
Come on,
do you
man.
believe the Cavs would have won that series if Kyrie and
No.
Kevin Love?
No.
So you think the Warriors would have beat the Cavs with LeBron James?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stop
Yeah.
it. Stop it.
I don't know. I don't know about that because LeBron came
Stop
back
it.
the next year and beat.
Hey,
he came
Tank.
back
Stop it.
Guess
Stop
what?
it.
Hey,
Guess
Tank,
what,
let me
Jay?
ask you something
Guess what,
about
Jay?
Quinn. Let me.
It's
Hey,
all
Tank, let me ask you
everything
something
say
about
now just
Quinn.
speculation, but I can
It
tell
is
you what did
speculation. We don't
happen.
know.
Hey,
We
Tank.
will
I
never
can tell
know.
you.
No,
I
no,
can tell you.
Tank.
I can tell
Hey,
you
hold
what
up.
did happen, Jay. I can tell you what did happen.
I agree with you,
Nate
Devon. I agree
McMillan
with you. Tank is on
qualified
something else.
for the
I'm
Look,
playoffs
Tank is saying it's
without the
all a
play-in.
fluke because he really
Yes
has
or
no
no?
responses.
Hey,
Hold on,
Tank.
That's
hold
all
on.
he
You
got.
guys-
That's all
Did
he
Nate
can say. It's a
McMillan
fluke. That's all he
qualify
can
for the
say.
playoffs without the play-in? Did
Whenever
Nate
you
McMillan qualify for the playoffs without the
nothing more.
play-in? Correct.
Hold on. And Nate McMillan
Yes.
had all his players there.
So
Nate
Tank,
McMillan had,
Did
hold on,
he-
Nate McMillan had his
did he
players
have-
there.
That was
Nate
not Nate
McMillan
McMillan
had
players.
his
Nate
players.
McMillan took
Tank.
over mid-season.
I'm talking about injuries.
It was not his players. Don't do
I'm talking
that.
about injuries. He didn't have any injuries.
I got a question.
He didn't have no injuries.
Yes or
He
no?
didn't have no injuries. Working with no injuries.
Tay, I got a question for you.
Jalen Johnson got. You don't remember the game when Trae Young?
Jalen Johnson wasn't there at that time.
DeAndre Hunter played one game.
Was
DeAndre Hunter
run to the finals a fluke?
DeAndre Hunter played his heart out, and that's when his knee really went out. He was never the same after that series. DeAndre Hunter was out. He was never the same after that series.
Was the AC the Heat going to the finals a fluke?
Yep. According to Tank, yes. Yes. You better say yeah.
Both times.
Nah,
you better say yes.
Nah.
You better say yes.
That wasn't a fluke.
All right, anyway.
Okay, wait.
Hold
on. They beat good teams. They beat
okay, all right.
They beat them fair and square. They beat them fair and square.
You said they beat good teams, right? How many games did Giannis play when they played the Heat?
Nah, I can't let you off the hook on this.
How many games
you saying
did Giannis
about
play?
championship?
Chris Middleton played.
He can't even make it out of the play-in with his staff. With his own staff, Coach Quinn cannot make it out of the play-in.
You got me.
Hey, watch this, Tank. Okay, I'm gonna prove to you that the Hawks run wasn't a fluke.
But he a
when
genius.
we played the Knicks.
Hold on.
We played the Knicks.
If Navy Miller is so good, why you don't have a job?
Hold on, let me ask you this, Tank. When we played the Knicks in the playoffs, Tank. Hey, Tank. When we played the Knicks in the playoffs, who was the Knicks missing?
Mitchell Robinson, who owns Clint Capella.
Okay, now let's go to the next one.
Really?
Let's go. Hey, Mitch, let's go.
And we forced Julius Randle to go left when he's not going left.
When we play, hold on. When we played Philly, who was Philly missing?
Nobody.
When we played the Bucks in the conference final, who was they missing?
Nobody.
Giannis.
So how
Giannis, and then we missing Trae.
But hold on, because the reason why I said the Hawks run was a fluke because we haven't been close to getting back to the conference finals since that run. We haven't been close.
So how does that make?
We have not been close.
Hey, Tank,
so the reason it's a fluke run, and I'll give you the answer. I'll give you the answer, Damon.
Hold on. The reason why I said it's a fluke because nobody
when you beat teams and they fully healthy.
We were never supposed to beat Philly, Damon.
Ain't no that's where y'all be going with this. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. We're talking about what happened. That's what we're talking about. Okay.
Nobody expected
something else. And I'm gonna tell you something else.
Us to be there.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you something else, Tank. I'm gonna tell you something else.
Bro,
and we beat
how come you guys don't add context to Quinn Snyder's situation? He's been dealing with injuries.
What do I need to add?
He's been dealing with injuries back-to-back seasons.
Hold up. Okay. Nathan Millen had injuries too.
No, he did not. He didn't have any injuries, bro.
Yes, he did. DeAndre Hunter was
Tank. Cam Reddish was injured. DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish.
What are you talking about? DeAndre Hunter was hurt the entire season. Cam Reddish got hurt at the beginning of the playoffs. I'm telling you, man.
I will give him that. The only reason we won the Philadelphia series is because Ben Simmons forgot to play basketball.
No, that ain't true. Because guess what?
What do you mean it's not true?
Because I'm gonna tell you why it's not true. Because guess what happened after that play? Didn't they have 2 free throws on that play?
Oh yeah,
Embiid
choked the free throw. Yeah, Embiid choked the free throw.
It was like 3-4 minutes left in the game, Demar.
They had when Ben Simmons passed that ball, we fouled Buddy. Buddy went to the free throw line and fucking missed twice.
No, but Embiid had a chance to lock the game away too. Remember?
Steph Curry couldn't guard Kevin Herter. He was going crazy that game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was game 7.
That was game 7.
Yeah, Kevin Herter went crazy.
I think game 6 is when Ben Simmons decided, "Hey, I'm not playing basketball anymore."
Okay, but
Curry was playing well.
Yeah, it was the shootout between Steph and Kevin Herter.
Yeah, it was a shootout.
I'm gonna tell you like this. If Quinn Snyder, I'm gonna tell you, Quinn Snyder better have us a top 6 seed and in the playoffs without the plan, he need to be fired.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
I agree with that.
I hate to burst everybody's bubble, but we're going to be in the play-in next year. Orlando's going to be there.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
We're going to be in the play-in next year. Tank. This is where I got to just.
The East is weak, bro.
Ryan, listen now.
No.
Listen. You know, hey, this show called We Talk Hawks, but I got a subsection called I Take All Bets now. You ready to put some money on that?
I don't know how it is over there in Texas tomorrow, but Atlanta, we struggling over here, man.
They will be a top 6 seed next year.
Wait, Ryan. Tell me the
What's up?
teams that you have higher than the Hawks next season.
Cleveland, New York, Orlando, Detroit.
Hey, Demar, send the link again, Demar.
That's a short list.
Hang on. Give me a second. I'm trying to get all the teams. Give me a second, Jay. I did say Orlando. Did I say New York yet?
You already said New York.
Okay, I said New York. Give me. Oh gosh, what other teams are in the East? Detroit.
Yeah, he said
the Pacers are going to be back. That's 5.
All right,
I mean, depends on what Philadelphia does. They may be higher. They may be at least 6 or 7.
Miami is better than us. They beat us in that house.
The Bucks gonna fall. They make the playoffs. The Bucks are coming out.
I didn't say the Bucks. I know the Bucks are going to not be good, but I said
no. The Bucks have Giannis. They're going to be good. If the Bucks lose Giannis, then they're done.
I don't know.
Giannis alone can get you in the playoffs.
They don't got no game, bro.
Hey, hold on. Somebody got that feedback.
Arrow.
Kool-Aid.
Hold on, that's my tablet.
Or Kool-Aid.
So, Jay, to answer your question, Cleveland, New York, I don't see Boston. I mean, I see Boston probably dropping to at least 6. Indiana, Detroit, Orlando.
What's the name? Hurt.
Like there's like 5-6 teams that are better than us.
Yeah, you got
feedback. All right, Demar.
Okay, I'm on.
Man. Let's put some money on it.
It's still an echo.
It's John. It's not you, Kool-Aid. It's John.
It's John.
Put some money on it, RT.
I told you, hey, we talk Hawks, we take bet. You know, I'm a bet man, baby.
Everybody says the East is wide open, but it's only wide open for 3 teams, man.
Get out of here.
Don't worry.
All you have to do is the new modern NBA.
It should be open for us.
It's wide open. Hold on.
Jay, we barely.
I understand it's wide open, but we have to rely on Jalen Johnson, who's missed half the season for the past 2 years.
The reason why it's wide open because the Pacers are in the finals. That's why it's wide open.
The Pacers are better than us. Stop playing dumb.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, Pacers are better than us.
They're not better than Hawks.
Guys,
Not if we healthy.
No, Tank. The Pacers are what the Hawks should have been.
Hold on. And can we stop overrating Pascal Siakam, bro? Can we stop doing that?
I'm not even overrating Pascal Siakam. I'm saying Pascal Siakam. If Pascal Siakam was on this team right now, we would be where Indiana is.
Y'all overrated Pascal Siakam.
Hey guys, stop overrating the conference final MVP. Stop overrating him.
Stop overrating him, bro.
I'm not overrating conference. I'm saying if Pascal Siakam was on this team, we would be right where the Indiana Pacers are. Probably even better.
We won't be in the finals.
Oklahoma City since January.
Because we got Quinn Siakam.
We won't be in the finals.
Since January, the 2 best teams in the NBA was Oklahoma 1 and Indiana Pacers 2.
Thank you.
Wide. The Pacers started off slow, but from January until the end of the season, the Pacers had the 2nd best record in the NBA. It was only 2 games behind OKC. And those are the 2 teams in the finals. If y'all ain't been watching, y'all didn't know. Indiana Pacers
ain't lost a back-to-back game, and I don't know how long.
The Indiana Pacers have been hooping. They are way above us.
Larry,
yes.
Tank is going to call it a fluke.
All right, whatever, man. You can believe that fairy tale if you want to.
Hey, Larry, he's saying we overrated Pascal Siakam.
The 2 best.
Hey, and another thing, Jay, I'll even throw Chicago over us.
Since 2025 started, the two best
Get out
teams
the
in
garage,
basketball
bro.
are
I'm not
playing
going
in
to
the
Chicago.
finals. Those are the facts. Now go look it up.
Y'all acting like
You
if
can
we
have
get,
your
Hey,
opinions.
they told you get
You
out
can
the
have your
garage, Tank.
opinions about
I'm not in the
things.
garage.
The facts remains that
Hold on.
the Pacers were
Y'all
two
acting like
games.
if we traded for Siakam, we would have been in the finals. Like, stop it, bro.
Hey, we
it's
would have
not
been in
like
the
that,
playoffs.
bro. It's
We
not
would have
like
been
that,
500.
Yeah, we still at least been in the playoffs.
we would have. We
We've
probably
been in the play.
Hey,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna
Ain't no
tell
way.
y'all this right here.
And besides,
And I'm gonna tell y'all this right here.
let
If they
me ask you,
call the game
Tank,
like they
do you think
called the
Onyeka
Eastern
Kong
Conference Finals,
was better
the
than Miles
Pacers are
Turner?
gonna win. The Pacers are gonna win.
Hey,
If they
real
let
quick.
them
Tank,
play East
do you
Coast
think Onyeka is
football,
better than Miles
the
Turner?
Pacers gonna win.
Hold on. John, win what?
They won't, John.
The whole thing, Pharaoh. The
They won't,
whole
Put
John.
money
thing.
on it. I already got money with Matt. Put money on it.
Hey, hold up.
John, they
How
won't.
much you need, man? What's the entry fee?
I got
What's your
100
money?
against Matt. They losing.
100.
Hey, John. You know what I'm gonna say to that?
Hey, Kool-Aid. What's your thoughts?
Go ahead, Jay.
Hey,
What's up?
You see it?
What's
You
up,
see the
man?
Hawks ownership?
Go ahead, Kool-Aid.
I got to scrape up some money for
I couldn't hear
Pharaoh.
you. What was your question?
We can go lower than that.
John. You know what I got?
Hang on. Let Kool-Aid talk. Let Kool-Aid talk. Let him get his point.
Kool-Aid, did you see the article today? Say the Hawks ownership interested in KD, man. What's up? What's your thoughts?
Here we go.
Well, I've been saying that since last year, man. Front office been saying it for the last year, man. I told you, man. They keep talking about it.
He has. Yeah, he
I
man.
know they've been going after this guy. We missed him when he was with the Nets, man. And now they trying to get him.
He deep in the Kool-Aid.
Now. I told you that they sent out your boy Grant. Grant Hill's son, Grant Hill, the junior, I guess that's who he is, the third, whatever he is. They sent him out there after trying to talk to Kevin Durant to come to the Atlanta Hawks, man. They want Kevin Durant. I think they wanted Kevin Durant more than they want Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been going after him for a year and a half. They've been going after him for a year and a half. So my thing is, if Trae Young, tweet, let me tell you something. I was on the last show I was looking at, and they were talking about, and Dixon was talking about that the way Trae Young sending out them subliminal messages again. He must know something, man. He must see something coming down the pipe, man, because he wouldn't be. He don't start that stuff until he starts seeing something, man. So
yeah.
Hold on. The question is,
I feel like okay. So this is what I gotta say, guys.
Kevin Durant.
The question is, what are y'all willing to give up, KD? That's the question.
And this is the deal. Hey, look. Let me finish. I'm gonna tell you what we got to give up. Whatever we got to give up
but not
to get
everybody.
one of those guys. Let me tell you something, man. When I say we got a team full of misfits, that it's nobody that any one of those superstars can replace. I mean, from DJ, Richard Shea, Dyson Daniel, after that, anybody. And I mean, like, it was one time when they said, you know, we'll trade everybody but Trae Young. Then it went to we'll trade everybody but JJ. Now it's down to we'll trade everybody but Dyson and Trae Young. So they telling y'all everybody when it comes to get one of those superstars, when Wrestler said I'll spend money, but he won't spend, but what he was saying, I am not spending no more money on these misfits, but I will spend money on a superstar if you get me one. You get me one, let's see what we do. And I'm gonna tell you like this.
Y'all forgetting.
Hang on, Kool-Aid. Weren't you the same person who called like Trae Young and Jalen Johnson mutants not too long ago? Or am I just or am I skewed?
No, well, Jalen, you know, just because I call Jalen Johnson a mutant, don't mean he's not a bigger mutant than he's a mutant. Okay, that's why he's a good trade piece. That's why he's a good trade piece. but every mutant.
I thought we weren't supposed to be trading mutants.
I would trade
what are we doing?
for a Giannis or
Kevin Durant's not a better mutant.
Kevin Durant mutant.
Hold on now. Who said
Durant is an old mutant.
I did. Me.
Hey,
hold on, man.
He will never be KD. What are you talking about?
With the all white hair.
His dream.
He's still a mutant.
You don't think KD is a senior mutant?
Who?
A senior mutant.
Professor X. He Professor X.
Yeah, he like a senior. He like a
43%.
Oh man, no! You don't trade for a 37-year-old.
If it don't work, you can go somewhere else.
See, the
If he
thing
don't
is,
work, guess what? We blowing it
But
up
then it's just a wasted year.
Guys, we're wasting every year
How is it?
anyway.
What the hell has Trey done with anybody before that?
you trading Jubilee for
Trey had
the
y'all keep
Wolverine.
going to get Trey rookies
the
and
hell
hope
y'all
he goes
doing?
somewhere with that.
I'm not
That's y'all
saying get
problem.
Trey
Y'all think
rookies,
Trey
but there are better
gonna
players
drag.
out there than Kevin
Y'all think
Durant to
y'all
get.
think Trey gonna drag some G League just to the final.
You
That's
right
what
about
y'all want.
Hey
You're
man,
right
I'm
about
just
that.
saying, Larry, you trading Jubilee for Wolverine.
Exactly.
man,
I'm gonna drop
listen,
this
y'all. Listen,
before I gotta go. Y'all ready?
Man, y'all getting me triggered.
Go
The
ahead.
beef
For y'all, man. This for y'all before I slide.
You trading Beast for
Magneto.
Talking about we need to trade
for
for a
Magneto,
senior
man. Come
mutant.
on, man. Come on. Hey, Kool-Aid. How you gonna take over the world with that? The damn Sentinels will run all over you.
Yeah, you can't stop no Sentinel with Jubilee,
man.
bro.
They're actually called the Commanders.
Man, nobody. No, they're the Sentinels. The Sentinels.
Oh,
I ain't talking about.
No, never mind. I'm thinking of the wrong team. My bad.
Yeah, you think
Yeah,
about the wrong
I'm talking about
Hey,
them
real
robots
quick,
they
real
put
quick.
out.
I need to put down the Kool-Aid. My fault.
Hey, yo. Go around the room because I'm about to end the show because I got to go to the garage. But let me go around. I'm gonna go around the room real quick. It's a simple yay or nay. Okay, Larry, would you trade for Kevin Durant? It's yay or nay. We'll need no content. Would you trade for KD for the Hawks?
F yeah. F
Jay,
yes.
Jay, would you trade for KD this offseason?
Nada.
Ryan, would you trade for KD?
Nope.
Tank, would you trade for KD?
Hell no.
Pharaoh, would you trade for KD?
Yes.
I already know Kool-Aid trading for KD. Ain't you Kool-Aid? Yeah, I already know
I'm
that.
about to give up my season tickets if they don't get it.
Come on, I got a question.
John, would you trade for Kevin Durant right now?
Hell no.
Thank you, John.
I want to know what y'all scared to give up to get KD.
Hey, real quick.
Ask that question.
Real quick. Keep it 30 seconds because I got to get ready to roll, man. Larry, give me a quick 30 seconds. What you got going?
Man, appreciate you having me on the platform. Guys, make sure you hit that like button always for this great content.
Yeah, hit that like
Man,
button.
look, man, I want Kevin Durant, and I don't care. I'm not gonna let Zach or Dyson, whichever one of those guys they trade. I don't want to give up the
Larry.
farm, but I'm gonna give up one of them because that's what they're gonna ask for. So I'm gonna give up one of them and a whole bunch of filler contracts. If it's Dyson and OO or Zach and OO, that's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna swing for the fences. If I'm the owner, y'all got to remember, Tony Wrestler is all about that cash. So if I'm the owner about to open centennial yards, what's going to pack more seats than Kevin Durant and Trae Young? Period. That's it.
What you got, Jay?
Man, I got a couple things for you. They're really for John.
Okay, go ahead. I was waiting on you.
Pascal, Cash Dog, Tour Dog, OKC in 5.
And 4.
Burton, still
Oh,
Burton.
okay.
I
Overrated.
know
Overrated.
OKC in 5. That's all I got.
What you got,
Okay.
Ryan?
I don't think we should go get Kevin Durant. With what we got right now, I think we'd be a very solid playing team. Y'all ain't going to convince me otherwise because there are 6 teams in the East better than us. What else do I got? Trae Young's going to be another injury replacement all-star next year. We'll just throw that on the fire right now. But what else do I got? Yeah, we'll probably be the 7th seed or 7th or 8th seed again. So sell your season tickets early, Kool-Aid.
What you got, Tank?
Trading for KD is not going to make the Hawks a championship contender. We've seen KD go to other teams, and he has not even been close to winning the championship. So that would be stupid to do, in my opinion. But anyways.
Hey, Tank, the homeboy Cujo said you got a Quinn Snyder Duke jersey. Is that true?
I wish I did.
What's good, Pharaoh? Talk to me 30 seconds.
I wish I did.
Okay, I want to first I want to say is about the fluke thing. The run was a fluke. and the individual beating Knicks and Philly was not a fluke. You have to beat whoever in front of you. But the fluke was the run because we ain't never been back to the playoffs.
Yeah.
As far as
I said that. My bad. I said that.
So next show, I want to ask, like, what are y'all scared of giving up to get everybody name brought up? Y'all don't want to get them. Y'all didn't want to get KD. Y'all don't want to get Giannis. Y'all don't want to get Jimmy. Y'all don't want to get this person. Y'all just want to take these band of misfits. Y'all want trade to drag
Jimmy,
G leaguers and rookies and everything to the conference finals or the finals.
Yeah,
get him somebody. Nobody's saying trade the whole damn team. But if they want JJ or Dyson or somebody, give them up.
Hey, Pharaoh said.
I got you, Pharaoh.
Pharaoh said he's sick of. What's good, Kool-Aid?
Hey, all y'all guys.
Bring your boxing gloves, Pharaoh. I got you.
All y'all guys who don't want to get Kevin Durant or Giannis, man, my tickets for sale. I mean, they in the Chick-fil-A section. You know, you can look right at the screen, and y'all can do all this right. You know what I'm saying?
Kool-Aid be swag surfing off the camera.
But froze though.
Kool-Aid froze. Wow.
Hold on, it coming up again.
See, he did the swag surfing and froze his camera.
Kool-Aid.
He swag surfing, froze his camera.
Hey, that's when them basketball guys interfere right now.
Hey, you don't want me to tell the truth, man. Hey, parody in the league with Adam Silver. It's parody in the league with Adam Silver, man. And this is an opportunity for us to make the move to get that championship by getting Kevin Durant, by opening up the door so we can have somewhat of a super team, which give us a chance to take Trae Young and Kevin Durant and the other guys that left, man, that I think is good enough to give us, to make us competitive in this parity that we have. And I think that Indiana gonna win the championship, Jay, because of championship coach.
What? What you got? What you got, John?
Two things. Number one, Pharaoh and Jay, I said if they call the game the same way they called the game.
Hold on, don't be trying to go with this foul merchant stuff.
That's what I said.
SGA is not the only one who get foul calls. Don't do that.
Oh no.
Hold on. Let John get his 30
No.
seconds.
I'm not saying that. If they let Indiana beat up Oklahoma City the way they beat up the Knicks, Indiana's gonna win. That's what I'm talking about. Second thing, what was it? I forgot it, so hell with it.
My bad.
All right, and hey, listen.
No, that's all I think.
Okay, salute to everybody who tapped in, man. Had to cut it short. I wasn't supposed to be up here this long. I got an appointment. Go work on this engine real quick. And
I thought of it. Hey, let me say this.
Your time up, man. Your time.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, if my time up, I'm going.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. Damn, I forgot it again. Bye, man.
If you don't trade for
listen.
Trade for Young.
Me personally, I think I've already told y'all this already. I'm on team run it back. I wouldn't trade for KD, man. I think it's too good. I don't think the reward is worth it. What we would have to give up, and it will be a 1-year rental.
Thank you.
Thank you. How much y'all think y'all got to give up for KD?
I think at a minimum you got to make the money work. At a minimum, how you gonna make that work? How you gonna match $54 million? With who?
Hey, I got you next stream, Pharaoh. I got you next stream, Pharaoh.
Here we go. Here we go. The reason why
you gonna make $54 million?
The money is the problem because you're gonna have to give up a Yucca Kongu and Jalen Johnson.
You're gonna have to give up either Onyeka or Jalen.
Or Dyson in the signing trade. Or Dyson in the signing trade.
Listen to me. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. Y'all know
but the Yucca Kongu has to be in the deal.
KD, hey, listen. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. KD about old as me, bro. Okay, listen.
He is old as me. Y'all know I'd rather get Giannis.
And he on the expiring contract. So listen, man. If I can get KD for pennies on the dollar, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not trading Zach. I'm not trading Dyson. I ain't trading Jalen Johnson. Trey Young. Anybody else they can have. I'm not trading those, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we have already invested years into these guys, and to give them away for KD, and I gotta keep it real. The last 2 teams KD been on, it ain't been looking too good.
That's what I said.
That's what I
said.
Demond, wait a minute. Weren't you the same one last
Hey, we got in the stream, guys. We got in the stream.
John,
weren't you the same one last week saying that you give up the farm for
Put it in home court, John.
Giannis is 30 years old.
Thunder in 5, 4.
Giannis is 30.
I say 5.
Hey, if y'all want to take that bet, y'all know where to find me. Black_Pharaoh. I take all comers.
Hey, listen.
Y'all want to bet against SGA, the MVP.
Hey, y'all see the deal that the homeboy Jordan said? If they do that, I'll do that shit. But I'm not giving up my young core players. I'm not gonna do it. That's just me.
No job.
I'm on team running
but
back.
The same it's the same thing.
I'm not giving up my
most of them mediocre. Y'all just want to be in the play-in year after year after year.
Man, KD old as hell. KD ain't winning no championship with us.
I'm not talking about KD. I want Giannis.
Oh, okay.
Well, we got
Giannis is old as hell.
KD is a walking 35 points, and I tell you what,
so you telling me
that's old in basketball.
We gonna win.
Once Houston put together a package, it's gonna blow our shit out the water. So I mean,
Giannis, but
it is what it is. But hey, salute for everybody who typed in. Make sure you hit that like button. Hey, share the video. We almost at 2,000 subs, so make sure y'all hit that like button and share these videos, man. And we'll be back tomorrow if anything going on. If not, I'm finna be working on the engine. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. Salute to the gang. We up out of here, man. Peace.
Yeah. Swooping in just like a hawk, trailing on them, picking the park. Yeah, swooping in just like a hawk, translating on the peak in the pond. And one baby that's far from a flop. Stay from Marina, we blow at the top. DeAndre 12, he just like a cop. Lockdown D, get it still in the block. Vic got that vision, he passing the rock. Trade up from 30 with 12 on the clock. I hope your best player got really good handles, why? Cause he might get swiped by Daniel's eye. Told him don't leave both get open wide. Cause he jump away like an ocean, yeah. Jailing on the fat break, scaring them. But you can't leave open garrison. Just like a hawk, translating on the peak in the pond. And one baby that's far from a flop. Stay from Marina, we blow up the top. DeAndre 12, he just like a cop. Lockdown D, get it still in the block. Swooping in just like a hawk, translating on the peak in the pond. Swooping in just like a hawk, translating on the peak in the pond. Yeah. Swooping in just like a hawk, translating on the pick in the park. Yeah, swooping in just like a hawk, translating on the peak in the pond. And one baby that's far from a flop. Stay from Marina, we blow at the top. DeAndre 12, he just like a cop. Lockdown D, get it still in the block. Vic got that vision, he passing the rock. Trade up from 30 with 12 on the clock. I hope your best player got really good handles, why? Cause he might get swiped by Daniel's eye. Told him don't leave both get open wide. Cause he jump away like an ocean, yeah. Jailing on the fat break, scaring them. But you can't leave open garrison. Just like a hawk, translating on the peak in the pond. And one baby that's far from a flop. Stay from Marina, we blow up the top. DeAndre 12, he just like a cop. Lockdown D, get it still in the block. Swooping in just like a hawk.